FMNO.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand
Ready. The car no banner.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand new.
Brand. The car no banner.
Brand new. Bread ye wajina kunyao. Inshiraka neat etiefu nyina. Ozioma ADAKABRI oribo baby.
The car no banner.
Yesi okwai tware suo. Ena suo tware okwai. Panyin ni hwan ya. Yebo okwai betu asuo. Ozioma ADAKABRI FRIMPONG MANSO. Wajina kunya baby.
Ya mama Tnasio na ya mama ha. Ya Frinit 100.9 FM so. Ane se ye ba manaswe na ene ya juada sana busumi na ya wramwe ne da etoso miensa afi empinu aduo no na mame se abodonko apa ho miti edu ebaako erade se ohwe se de busumi ni sikoi na anu ya opepon busumi ena yede ba ojefo so hu majali yasi yedi free opepon na yede ba ojefo ena match no so no obenim busumi na yekoduru mu ene se yede ko fosu ye free fosu no na ye call eye debi kutade be wonsa ye free fosu no ene je se yede ko me no ke ne dikan kotoni mabusme ena fe yede ba ye humbobo ena yede ba eye kutansa ena se yewra sana abusme hey sa na je se yede ko ebo so hunu na je se ufri ebo no ana wakọ hene
ufri ebo a akọ bubuo
hwe na fe ufri bubuo na ana akọ de yin
na okọ ba no kan sa oka ba akọ na maka ba akọ idi maka ba go ana so aka ho de no
obubuo ufri ebo ana akọ obubuo edu se November October no da bia no ene na eye so hunu so obubuo
na ye free obubu a
opanima ne de yenka so hunu edisi ano no obubuo ana je se wo twen so hunu okay je se mibusama ho ate ana na mesoso no mibusama wa na mesoso makai ne ma edisi a November October no ena ba ko ye obubuo
ba ko ye obubuo
ena de aka no so ye ka ye so hu
ene yegusu a
pa you go da we yin ani ti se de aseba ye ka kwa no wanti bi
they say no ebeko se ebo ye September na yakọ ehine me na yakọ obubuo
so nti ehine me no afede wa hu se se obubuo no eye November enye October so nti ehine me na yo ansa na okọ obubuo
na za okọ
afede wate wo ho ase
na afede yakọ penima
hey sesi enti ni nyina de hin edin ne ode pa
oh de am de pa ne sanano
sanano
em de pa
usa ena mesusu no kotoni mane na em de o so ene sanano so mi o birthday bebre wo sa sanano
sanano de me mpakra
ze ya ne mu odin
mu odin
papa say ya wo be brechi
odo so ba on kontem o
say ya wo be brechi
on kontem kra
say ya wo be brechi waye ya from ADAKABRI Mahmudu Osiuma na panyi konyo damiado ene de mesi abontene majere osa agemai esbo ne chidom akua ne akua omo abata taso ena eye frame abankro technical production ehwe on social media handles ahodo or the eba o say mara michi mafa na feso eye engineering group no so de achuagbo ena afeso so no worker nkoti akwa na najare na na aboaje adasankroma osesan sempro na no pe wo hu no
me hu no
woni me ya ka den
oh ade
wani mi aka den
oh anopa me tan hu no wo be hu bia na okra na de no ono de o ya no
ka unse kwa ba ha
za
wani mi aka den
ado fa bibi nkoi
bibinko
On the son I na kayo ne ade ba ko.
oh just simpro just na gudi enye simpro
Obi ho no pa agro na mom ni bibinko agro.
ni dia nkwa
Ni bibinko agro. Eno di no ho agro a asembeto.
Rade konkroma.
Bi ho agro asembeto.
Na eno akire no so no. Facilities group so e na a big solo na oye team leader na dada so say ne se afiri mu na no en nrachi ya na je say dada so ne se afiri mu no mu eteten mi nkwabo we duomo oba akwa bu boni sana akwa na afi no ku agbo no afi so no Godfrey ya dia to friend Ubrana na afi dia se da so ya de ama mapuna DJ Bosco na me so de o se tetai na ni nyina ede akone sei kama na yehunu ano anu nti ubetimi a WhatsApp yo
050600909
repeat
050600909
and some ben daba maso was it politics road to election 2020 matters arising from president working tour to inspect and commission government-completed projects in the Asante region, accused former President Mahama of managing the economy under his watch. So we ask, what was the state of the economy then and now? Sir, ene Ghana Mampenyini, Wakwa Asante, Wakwa University of Science and Technology, Wakwa Tina Wuntumi FM, Wane Wahineba Siedu, Akwa Tuchunkomo, Wanante so Abanyuma Wayan Wasante, no se Eye John Dramani Mahama dear, Infinchia said Duasenia Yako. Fourth Republican dispensation, Mahama dear, Omonyo Kon, na ye any ebusa, say a sikanto to an share, not to send anu ya obeso 2017. Na hinefana or dear Drew says, Eberhe, na yakan wasem. Politics on still on politics, was the ongoing registration exercise for election 2020. EC starts with the final phase of the registration exercise. Confusion in Bana as heavy security prevents people in a bus from coming to register in the constituency. So we ask, are the political parties satisfied with the process so far? Or say a name, a year about to a year din, and or say a year Tawantawa Kakrebi, a man triso, a bana, a year Bruno, a year Mantemu, na ye, and yadi a foja for ni secret bambo fuako go, Yebusa say, Amanyokwa wodono, Omani empo edge, dear Equa Swehu, and as a governance, the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council GPCC jumps to the defense of the founder and leader of the Pere Chapel, Bishop Charles Ajinesari, on alleged political threats on him. Meanwhile, Bishop Ajinesari has hit her at MPP and DC on tribal politics and character assassination. So we ask, is the clergy right to criticize government on national issues? Then we go. What's your name? Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council for GPCC. When akojina Pere Chapel Bishop Charles Ajinesari yachi say nipa bia ye toto manma no twintonton. Ni nyina ye hwena yentimi enyai. Eno say Ajinesari susu wose na no na. Wose MPP ni NDC dukadaya. Ai yenya anyway free say ene ntitimu edeba. So yebuso say asofo de anokokoto amanyosem say eme ye befa ho adi. Obekan say okwa akoda anafo ho abesurota ni nyina ne say ye behwe aka ho asem. Health or say outbreak of COVID-19 virus. Ghana case can hit 37014 with 33,365 recoveries, 180 deaths. Into 33,000 every 37,000 more. Akasen, there's a less than 4,000 and active case. And so we ask, is the country winning the fight against the virus? Imunsam and politics road to election 2020. MPP and NDC politics of Jane Nana Jane Opokwajima and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. How does the running mate position help in canvassing votes? And also yabedwen home na yahunu de adiem fufu ebekwa akobo. Empanifo baba betrasi ami adwene yehun. Benjamin Kofiaye, former member of parliament, Upper Denchira West MPP. Aye Owura Kwadwo Edu Esare, former member of parliament at Denton NDC. Ono so baba ha say na yetimi adwendwene yehun. Na betimi WhatsApp on 050 600 0909 050 600 0909. Yabasada Efama African Queen Mackerel. Omne Kura yen. Asidako ma oba pasadin. Omne Kura yen. Asidako ede ema oba papa Mackerel. Omne Kura yen. Asidako ma honchon capsules. Wani ne kura yen. Asidako ede ema eye Mr. Kill. Wani ne kura yen. Asidako ede ma X and Y granules. Na ono susu kura yen. Na yehunu baabi ede fufu ebeko akwa. Erinti eye nanahima mafiu wati nanahima mafiu. Mafina nanahima mafino.
Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.
Efiura, me mwachi o Efiura. Yes on.
Machi o Efiura. Efiura me chia wonye so.
Hey, Eura, enforce ma msu. Wati? E ba force se chia me. Mo yem no.
Won so pepe.
Hey, oh, wafi, we die me pese oni Efiura bekon. Efiura we die ye kwa sori abo. Eura de. Mo kwa sori. Ye papa ye. Eura de kasoro ho a. Wati? E be se wo ba hwa wa kraba kompo wunya. Onipa da sane timi koto this way chocolate drink. Nwane ne yire ne mma edi nsuo hie twabia nom anopa. No wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu. Wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yi anom. Enu mpore se ne nka ne twahye mu pa ende ye rekore. Ne fie wura beti ha. Anopa dio, ewia dio, enumre dia mo no makoda o. Mo mame na mu wi a ma soro akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya.
Mesi na dia ya late nso miyanki kabinchi Efiura ye wi a yakosere bo fate. Ke Efiura wuti fia se light bill no water bill ba wuntua bi. Wo se sika na fa koto this way chocolate drink na ba nom.
Ta hwe me catch you play nya play fa. Say this way chocolate drink no. Metumi ato bi pa na so na me so mo ahwe wate. E de me hia ne nsuohie. Na nsuohie so me ntoi. Se me bufu a betumi ato bag mu a wate. Yeah, Efiura we nko ade ma abunfu. Me koto mi hwe.
Efiura fi de ya bre ma abunfu bi.
Munyam sumponie. Munyam sumponie. Na mo ba ya trimodefo.
FDA anhwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atom se eye.
Yamenu ejaba boni di adwa ma wubi eti yamenu afa hin na mahwie fufuo ti ase dada menya wofo yi papa so ba fie ni anwie fufuo ya asamu aba na so oben wadi fufuo di mpreni ne mpresa da ko ba ye di ni efie fufuo a akode wo nwane
adwa mo adwuma se me ne fie adwuma di mini fufuo kakra ba o madie no ene wato metwa ma da pasa aso wo kan na matire nyira
wati ate na make am mebo a
ebo de odi common the sense ya de obra to fufuo a wo wadwo mo pam na wo ma siu na wo timu aba na wo sadade na wo temfra kwada ne nyina tuatwa make say ya need food sadaroma wo bia mani ye pa ya wa ya mbode fufuo ne mankan fufuo a wa ne powder wo de gu da kama ya fra no need fufuo a
eni anu bi na masori ba until izi kama me di ye yo
se bia
ma me hwe oh e bia need fufuo eye kama say bode fufuo ne mankan fufuo papa bi na wo ka say twan eposim na ede na me se wo ka so ento simanu mpɛ no wa wie wo hie wo kwa papa bi aguso
be chese de ama mani kura agisa need fufuo a ho ama me koto bi kura ba ne say se de Ghana for sipom fufuo no enu an wo ye nu enti se wo hwa fufuo won pam wo drom ne we nu a wo ho susuna bia wom wo nso de bode ne mankan fufuo papa bi
ejanie eni afi na fufuo na afi na wo bedi pa ne se de wo bedi ne se ne wo fa mojaduro ana pawia ne anadwo a wo koda
need fufuo supermarket bia mu need fufuo e wo wufi a eni gye nko a
FDA anhwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atom se eye.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA. What?
what but dia be kwan dia di na be kwan di in fact ene dia di twam adwa ka no kore ebusrafo de bi dia be afra kurasa be pa be ka no kuraka
da bi o yenya hoho bi a wo fia ha
what fi say ena be kwan wo hwe ni ne se ne ene de ne se ne chirhwam site no a ete se kurasa be no a awo besra no wotade be no bi
oh ene ne dia wati neat palm nut extract ena me dia bo abenkwan sa
neat palm nut extract
ane abefefe de dirty apa awoka wasemi eno bi na neat foods o ma chia gu chansi mu enti se dia mensa brekora wa behu na fe na me ko sai brakọ no abewo jaso enko wo nko chi mefe ne nwa ho ena me dia ya benkwan ani steam
oh na se neat foods e dia bekwan abade a ena no ato manfo bre so
bread o matibi so pa fi say abenkwan we ne ye giadaje enti se wonya neat palm nut extract a wo mrekora e say ababri so ena ode aye na nam kitua bi mpo a wo banu nkwan atafre won sa neat palm extract anase neat abenkwan ne e de ne say emu ohwam te say abenkwan ye nim dadaada no a ana so bie so nya di o wodo sa so mu wa hu na wa bie so wo mrekora
neat palm nut extract oh come on na oni bibi what dia san kwan we pada wo di neat palm no bia be ya be kwan mesro mi didi a obi abopuru mu a wusum ni ho
oh wa so
me am padi disem bia
yo oni amanfo amope bia no bia nko supermarket ani jom
FDA ahwehwe se adwodie nkratoe mu agye atum se eye
Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.
Nix 100.9 FM so any. Na enne eye dwada sanabosome na yewomi ne de toso me nsa afi MP no aduo no. Na mam se abodonko apemu na yenika enkonkohwe se ennei yesi enipa bi ekwa akotwero yedin ewo bana ahenkuro ho na yesi asojafo a me yankotwero din no na wo mu firi nsuo na no na wo mu eba na asojafo no ese de bi yempene asojafo so di muaya ba se regional security council na ma kwan ma ikokwe na yenhwe ene ikra chese wo ko bana hinkuro ba bia ehye kra no na wahun se either se udu tachima eto aso ntenten so de ko wanchi udu wanchi ana wafa bunkum so afa buzi a aboboa no na wo de akwakosi nsoko intudu nsoko a ufa bunkum so a na de ko sekwa wo kontenten so a na de ko badu ufa ni nifa so de a na jese wo de ko manye sabie na de ko bana hinkuro intu peso so a udu wanchi kwa no wantwam ankofa nsoko a so so be konsuo na no a utime ekọ atwam wo wanchi na obekọ akoduru banankwanta dudu banankwanta no afa ne bonkum so eje se ndi nsuo na na wokọ se nsuo esusu no eho na bui gorge ewo saa pom wo so na wo pesebo wo Ghana ha saa pom ho na sebo so otie ewo Ghana ha na bui gorge ho no so no wo san apesusu so no hippopotamus a eno so no bui gorge ho na Ghana hippopotamus watinsuo no mu ewo ho inti chese saa mo amienu abehu wo mo ewo ho no na nipa etinsuo na no a yepe enam no emu nsam a asode ensuo esusu no tede na no ne ye kan wo free hamile na wasane abefa bole ade abafom na obedu bui banankwanta ho no a na bui ho no waba bebu cough obu cough saa na jese up to 180 degrees na wasan asan na chi ade aba befa daboya na wode aba beduru bupe na wakroso ade aba na eho na Idrisu Tahiru waye NDC youth organizer a wo mutinsuo na no na electoral area branch organizer ewo bui ho enti yemusa no se dia na aba wase enipa se 2300 ewo 23 communities along the Bui Lake wonom a wo matwam 18 years a wo mutimi twero wo mudin yeto aba yeye yesi ye betwero yedin obanda bongase a yesi ye mayan twero yedin emu nsem onka nkire ye ne Idrisu Tahiru good afternoon
afternoon sir
na uhumpo etesen
membaja no
yo na ehwehwemu ben ana moye ya mutimi hunu se enipa 2300 ewo 23 communities along the Bui Lake wamadi over 18 years wɔn yɛ eligible potentially legitimate obaka say voters nanso so kwan ɛna ɛsɛ wasi wɔn kwan a wɔn kɔ ɛyɛ bana bunga ase yɛsi yɛm yɛn twere yɛ din.
Bajo me da se wa ma me akonya se o pese me na o tutu nkomo. Soja for no mo na a mo ya ibi for no. Enye ne na omo abetwire omo din a omo to aba. 2016 on be to aba. E ma ya wu ifa dudu a omo leak no so. E na se o ba banabo ngase a. Aigbefo omo ti banabo ngase asa so eye that for community no. 4%. The ma percentage 4% Emma Bana. I go Mubetana Bana. But now in by an MPP candidate Jordan Qua. I can't say oh Maquine. Moment today I before not because I before the 24. And now Nanano say and Yanokure. Yo entimin kasa wa kufa da be jina akaze wa si obi akwan yana mi bia betimi atwere ne din jo abawo se on ti ase na kuro no kura onye ne papa bia ni asase no so edi ema ogofa soldiers fo ebae minia asaba me no kan memenda nkrofo ba soldiers for MPP for guys omo kwan se omo mbo NDC for no mo kuro no so na igbefo no nyina ntokwa no eham so omo hu se awode no eya buru MPP for no so no na soldiers for no be support MPP for so nina asama amekai enya buru ketu na omo aboye enya buru ketu Yavenituo, and Nura Sunday, General Secretary, John Asian Ketia, Eba Bongase, all bands with Jordan Qua, Azabet Nasi, Jelly bodyguards and go to the crime. As I'm brave, soldiers for Tom go to the crime. Soldiers for no, or more car do a camera issue. On other cap Bariano, the on Tiasema John Asian Ketia, and Uncle. And the Nura Nanya Asam Ketua. You will nipa 2,700. Our Mugur General here. As you see, I'm Gravano NPA. And the million Mutiano. No,
Enti aye Ghana and I will say inipa bi aye dom womo ba no mu nyina aye NDC for na MPP for enso so eba yese womo ntwam na aye Joe Dankwa former MP aye Middle Belt Development aye managing director and ono edi animu a yabro mo ama soja for so akogina wo machi asem original security council no enim ho bi.
Commander no original one. Commander no ho no no. Why we me ma bisa commander no say commander. Enti juma amodi di eh. Because angrofo no mo ba no, omo nye NDC fo nko a o. Omo ya frafra. E na Jordan kwa say omo be free leak no so be to aba ma no. On be say NDC fo no be ba no nti nkrofo no nyina omo nyina nka o. Enti commander no ono wa ya we say pura omo bo NDC fo na igbefo no. Who be just not doing watching because no rakura me be
and I will say a general secretary of NDC a Siadun Katia or Babungasia a soldier for a chareno say Yamanenko.
Sir and honorable Ahmed Ibrahim Car a soldier for Abesin Quine so Omo Macano and 2 inch. Now Johnson, I said, in Katia Council, Eddie actually. And not about 5:30 to 6 o'clock.
I saw you for say, one more dear, a regional security council, and Ahmed Ibrahim, NDC member of parliament for Bana, ana Joe Dankwa MPP candidate for Bana wani nyina de ensa kwhye krata ase se wo mo pasumdwe e wo Bana mamu enu nti wo mo behwe na obia kofa nipa a wonto aba e wo Bana ho emfa ne ntena boss mu emfa ma enu nti na wo mo asojafo no ye besere wo mo se wo mo mehwe ema asumdwe mra na enye se nete e na osusu se asojafo abebo mu
Media sana tia pepe. Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim ko security minti no. Oba ya on besa basa besi no. Obre ye copy. Se minti ya ko ni. Enti madansi die krata ni. Enti sia me no wo yi. Da uba sisi ya me come no ground no metimi a show copy no a kirawo. But Honorable Jordan kwa ama nkrofo na hu se Omako Security Council, Akotanase, Akata, Sabi no Mokoye, no, Najuma, fake.
Na nipa no a wamu ewo ensuo na no no. Wamu nyina no, wamu ye Ganafo a yeto aba ewo Bana ho.
Omu nyina ye Ganafo a omu ye Votarian. 2016 on beto aba. Oh, Bana gongase. Ne akanya kurum.
Enti ene no die nti ena obi beka se o ma ne register ewo ho
linia nie me no kan ta obeka ya emze aka 2 weeks ya be call new registration mu no abana ngaza asisa asogers for immigration for eja koku voter so mu na mo se le be ya hu be kan mu a omuntimi entura aba no endi sa una na abana assistant soldiers for ejagogu voter region no endi ama omu go ngase nso no sa na assistant soldiers for say omumra embeta chi omu
na wo Idrisu Tahiru wo ye NDC electoral area branch organizer what register ultimate to aba wa ma nsa kan card
mbajo me ma register.
It is says ya no obi wo wa soja fo si no kwan se wo ye Votarian enti yema no en register.
Mbajo ai.
Acha so omo ye ho de en.
Ozo mu ko security council meeting no. Mrani jira se soja ni ntimi en block kwan e wo nipa so. But eneno soja ni abe block kwan ni dia minti asia kura ni se Honorable Jordan kwa oba Bana maimu no wanjibi amfa ne ka amba a police for and a dressing as a police uniform edini tu omu ka mu e na obetena Bana ngase ai abroza na ono ma yi na se awotiwo nsem ekosi nyina otisoro captain nyina
se Jordan kwa ehye aprosifo atade ana aprosifo
edini sheka mu edini ba bu ngase
ebe
yini tu bu ngase
no se Jordan kwa so free sabie na obi ono so free pom ho de adent na gese ye hye no so jata approach atade ansa na watimi aba bu ngase
minia asaba me no kai min di tron jiraw well last phase 1 mu ntokwa esti ya omo mu kun akola ntino edi ama ontimi show no Bana asase so
sir
ai
basa sabie soso ewo Bana asase so
sabie no so ufiri manye ba ubedi ka duru sabia tra sabie na wo ba bow kaburo no aza wa be wura yinkro asana wako bongase
nti se de kamu nyina mo ye baako na
nipa baako
waye gina so kakra bi mame na mini MPP Mogase electoral area chairman owura Karim Gonga na yentie de wono so obeka na nipa dom no a egu nkran a yetie ni TFM no ye pese ye hunu de ekoso pote ewo Banama mu enti enye tobe anase watimi wakame na emu bia beto no boase aka asɛm no akyerɛ mu na yɛn a yɛtie no yɛtimi asi gyinaeɛ enti Tahiru sɛ menka sɛ brɛ mu a to akoma to yam wofiri sɛ ma mo akyɛ akyire anade waka kyerɛ m sɛ adakabre wa mma kyɛ akyire ma me so memra mu bi saa so na ɛyɛ wo Tahiru so wo kasa konga so onka bi na ɛdɔm no a ɛti awie no yɛhunu de yɛkɔ so pɔtee ɛwɔ epom hɔ nom wayɛ Karim Konga yamwa hado ba ni TFM so
bacho me jo so
na ho te sɛ awie yi
bacho me ho yɛ
wayɛ na ɛdeɛn na ɛkɔ so ɔbɔ ngase a yɛbɛka sɛ enipa 2300 every ensua no ɛba se yɛba bɛ register muslim mo register na Jordan kwakora deɛ former MP Wanchi West chief executive Middle Belt Development Authority ɛnɛ deɛ yɛahyɛ na soja atade yɛahyɛ na prosi atade ɛna ɔte na command and control wɔkyerɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so deɛ na ɛkɔ so pom hɔ
ninya me da ase nyankopɔn ma wɔnhyira wo ɛdeɛ ntina meka ne sa ɛtorɔ deɛ sɛ wohyɛ asɛ na wotwa torɔ na woanhwɛ yie a na wode asɛm ɛna ɛba ninya no asɛm a wɔka no ɛbɛrɛ me ya sɛ obi a saa animonyam a woka yi yɛde ahyɛ no na ɛnɛ obi ɛka sɛ yɛhyɛ no apolisifoɔ ataadeɛ a ɔte baabi a wɔno wɔkɔnturu apolisifoɔ abra police commander wɔ yɛbaa me na bɛdeɛ no bɛsi nkyɛn mɛkɔma asɛm so nansɛ yi a na saa pikyɛmpikyɛ wei ɛsɔre ha na saa pikyɛmpikyɛ na ɛsɔre ha no nkyase a ne menyaa ne sɛ saa voterans no a wɔɔka no yɛne voteransfoɔ na ɛte ha emu bi mu yɛ aware bi nom a ebi nso aware yɛn ne a meka sɛ meyɛ MPP chairman ɛwɔ police station ne wɔ voterans ni bi a yɛne ɔmo te ha a ɔmo nso ɛka MPP no ho a ɔmo nso yɛ police station chairman foɔ no bi Mina dɛn paa na yɛbɛka sɛ yɛmma voterans ɛregister ɛnkyerɛ ɔmo din but yɛntia no sɛ yɛbɛyɛ bi daa mo no saa voterans a ɛne ɔmo te ha no BPA-foɔ no atu wɔn ɛkɔma a wɔn bɛbi tenae a wɔn kaa sɛ nsuo no ano deɛ wɔn mpɛ sɛ obiara bɛtena nsuo no ano ɛnti sɛ nsuo no agya hɔ no deɛ wɔn nso wɔn ma obiara ntena hɔ a yɛkuro mu hee nso koraa nso anim sɛ saa beebi a meka yi bipaafoɔ so wɔn ma obiara ntena hɔ ɛne nti ɛna wɔn a wɔn te hɔ no yɛtu wɔn ɛkɔma wɔn baabi tenae ɛnti sɛsi a nipa no a meyɛ ne wɔn ka yi sɛsi a yi sɛ wɔn kɔ baabi a wɔn firi ba yi a yɛ a wɔn mfa yɛ kurom ha nkɔ ho yɛwɔ kuro baako wɔ nsuo n'agya hɔ yɛfrɛ wɔ gyama ɛhɔ na wɔn nam ɛkɔ ebusi hɔ ɛkɔyɛ nsuo mu adwuma wɔ hɔ wɔkɔ ne kurom a ɔnam hɔ ɛna ɛkɔ ɛnti nso yɛsi sɛ obi a wɔte nsuo agya hɔ a wɔn yɛ ne nti kurom ha deɛ yɛmma ne mfiri nsuo agya hɔ ɛmma mmɛto aba wɔ ha ɛnde sade ɛma ɛbra a nyɛ ne mmɛte kurom ha na pàtó wò tie mi.
Yɛti o papaapa.
Ɛni ti yɛkuro mu ha yɛkuro mu hɛn wɔte nkɔkɔ o. Bɛtɛ dinsɛn no a ɔba yɛ abɛtiri o ne din. Yɛa yɛn nkorɔfo a wɔn nkran Kumasi. Wɔn ba ha abɛtiri o wɔn din. Eti saa asɛm no ba yɛkuro mu hɛn ɛfra apolisifoɔ panyin ɛne yi si ne panyin ne nyinaa ka kyerɛ wɔn sɛ deɛ wɔn ɔbɛ sɛ ɔkyerɛ ne sɛ. Yɛwɔ batɔfoɔ no bi a wɔn te bɛn yɛ ha a wɔn di dwa wɔ yɛ kuro n'ano ha yi a baako akura ne baako de blɛbla ɛna baako nso yɛ prosper kura ɛna yɛayɛ nsuo no ano na yɛde bongase gyin too so bongase nsuo ano nkurom he se ɔmo yɛ n'ahohoɔ nti wɔsrɛ sɛ ɔmo deɛ yɛma ɔmo nkyerɛ edin no na ɔmo te bɛn yɛ ɛna afei so ɔmo ankasa bi mu ahan ɛdan ɛwɔ bongase ha a ɔmo da ha ɛkɔ nsuo no so kɔyɛ adwuma nti ɔmo no deɛ ɔhe se wɔn ka yɛ wɔn tuwa ntwerɛ wɔn di na mmom wɔn a bɛfa bootu afiri nsuo agya hɔ no aba ha ne deɛ ɛne wɔn asɛm na wɔn wɔka deɛ ma akwan ɛma wɔn a yɛ no wɔn ti ha wɔn nyinaa twerɛ wɔn din sisi a ne kata yi wɔn a wɔn nsuo agya hɔ no ɛna wɔn di boot ɛtwi wɔn ba ɛna yɛsi aseɛ ma wɔn bɛka wɔn bɛtwerɛ edin no. Wɔn bɛkɔ a wɔn to aba wɔn nkɔ wɔn kurom na wɔn nso nkɔyɛ dɛ ɛnkɔ twerɛ din because wɔn ka yɛn ho wɔ ha wɔn ka yɛn ho ha deɛ yɛte aseɛ ma wɔn twerɛ ɛni nti ɛnura aseɛ no nkɛtea ɛbaa ɛbɛtwe saa nkorɔfoɔ no ɛde wɔn kɔ kuro baako a ɛtɔ so ba na yɛ kuro abira yɛn a yɛwɔ ha no yɛwɔ police station wɔ ha yɛtwerɛ din wɔ ha adeɛ nti na ɔbɛtumi anya kwan agya police station ne wɔ ha na watwa kwan bɛyɛ kɔntini ɛnso ɛkɔ nkɔtim na ɔkɔ akɔtwerɛ din ne wɔ ɛne ti sɛ ɔno ne bia kuma idrusu tayere ne fi jordan kwa yɛahyɛ na polisifoɔ ataadeɛ ɛwɔ ɔte bongase a ɛkɔnturo wɔ mo a ɛnokora bia anim saa
yo ti ma yemusa sɛ Karim Gonja wani ye wonsuo n'agya no ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɔmo mugyitum sɛ ɔmo yɛ Ghanafoɔ na emu mususu sɛ ɔmo nto aba wɔ ɛyɛ bongase nsuo no hɔnom ɛno ntina mo register wɔ hɔ
ai
oh eti obi anka sɛ ɔmo nyɛ Ghanafoɔ
dɛbɛ ɔnyɛ ɔmo Ghana asɛm ne yɛnka ɔmo Ghana asɛm
edi kyerɛ sɛ na mususu sɛ ɛhepa na ɔmo kurom ne hepa
bacho ɔmo ne deɛ mentumi ntra nka sɛ wefiri ha nsuo ne bɛta a ɔno na ɔmo no firi baabi bɛtatra nsuo no ano na ɔmo yɛ nsuo magyima ntumi nka sɛ wefiri ha
kyerɛ sɛ yɛyɛ bui dam no nsuo ne bɛta hɔ no ɛna ɔmo firi Ghana mmea bi abɛtena nsuo no ano
na ɔmo yɛ tuma nsuo no ano
na wonim sɛ Ghana mmara esusu sɛ obi tena baabi bosome mmiɛnsa ana busumi nsia a saa nipa no onya tena hɔ ano na wayɛ ordinary resident wonim sɛ amra no
wɛni deɛ sɛmɛtumi ayi wɔ ano a baabi a wɔteɛ no BPA foɔ no sɛ ma nipa ntena wɔte ɔmo no ɔmo anya baabi a ntena bɛkɔ sɛbi ayɛ pam ɔmo ma wɔta aba ne wɔntumi nya citizen wɔ saa baabi hɔ
nti sɛ woka BPA no a na akɔ yɛ ɛyɛ Bui Power Authority foɔ na woken
yeah
eti kyerɛ sɛ yɛyɛ nsuo no na yɛka sɛ mumfiri nsuo na no ɛna Bui Power Authority foɔ no ɛkɔyɛ dan ma wɔn nye wɔn ne yɛkɔyɛ dan ma wɔn sɛ yɛ nkukobuo no
wɔn kɔyɛ dan ma wɔn
wusa Bui Power
wɔn te kurom hɔ dada a wɔn yɛ batɔfoɔ a wɔn bɛtu wɔn no deɛ wɔn tu wɔn ɛkɔyɛ baabi ma wɔn
ɛtenae
ɛwɔ bongase a esi adan ma wɔn tenae wɔn deɛ wɔn sɛ ɛte wɔn no deɛ nkuromafoɔ a wɔn yɛ no wɔn nɛte
na kyerɛ sɛ
wɔn nkurɔfoɔ bi na mɛka sɛ wɔn bi mu aware ha ɛna yɛn nso yɛ bi mu aware wɔn a
o ti na kyerɛ sɛ batɔfoɔ no yɛtu wɔn no a yɛkɔsisi saa ɛyɛ ɛdan nkumankuma ne ma wɔn BPA foɔ no yɛɛyɛ no wɔn deɛ mo agye wɔn atum na wɔn akyire no ɛna ɛdɔm foforɔ asan abɛtena nsuo n'ano na mututu sɛ ɛyɛ illegal. Oh, okay. Ma yɛnkɔ ɛyɛ Idrisu wɛ Idrisu Tahiri wɔ hɔ. Yo, deɛ Karim Gonja ɛyɛ Bungasi electoral area chairman electoral area coordinator MPP deɛ wɔsie enie sɛ batɔfoɔ no a wɔn firi ɛyɛ mepe ɛba ya wɔn firi batɔ aba betena ɛyɛ bui na no a nsuo no tama yɛyɛ ɛyɛ bui dam no ɛma gorge ne mu treye no yɛsisi dan foforɔ yi wɔn firi nsuo na no na wɔn deɛ bongasifoɔ na gye wɔn atum na wɔn akyire no nipa bia betena nsuo na no a Bui Power Authority for susu say under settlement agreement no and say wɔn tena hɔ nti wɔn de mmeramu no obi nyi ni sɛ wɔn te hɔ mpo ɛna yɛtumi account sɛ wɔn ayɛ ordinary resident when for that matter no wɔn betumi ato aba ɛwɔ bungase mpɔtamu hɔnom yei ubua ne sɛn.
Many are the Niba to don't find out the kind of correct. I before ever to have come as I said, and in the all kinds of bar for me. I won't bet the bubble and say that one kind of correct. We bought was a moment and better. No, I'm going to tomorrow. Which one? I don't know what to say. And I was there with you when you're down one member. I want to be the one. And it's all much than you are. And about what? And the Emma people when I say, you know, I'm all. And I live up domino. They will push more. All kinds. Did I do? About now, I don't know any good year. It is a whole idea. Yentana. Already now for our Galaxy.
Enti Tahiru said the Gonja can say enipa no kra no ya mo man register wo bongase no asedi nketi abeduru ye no ya twe wo do ma twaburo ni kwansini enso edo ma koba na hinkro akọ register wo mo sa na asem ne tie
million dollar na soro ye wo se amu na so ja ko ma ya mo ana mo ko ya de wo ana je ni ya ja ọmụ gbata ta wọn ọmụ gbọtire eti fẹsụ abụọ ọmụ ba anyị nọ ọ na ọmụ bụrụ ọmụ.
na fẹsụ
ọmụ n'otu ji ọrụ n'ọmụ ngosi n'ọmụ ngọta dị na soja nkọzi ọmụ mmadụ mgbe tata.
Afẹ nsusu no ẹyẹ Karim Gonja esusu sẹ. Who Idrisu Tahiru of the NDC, who can say, a candidate of the MPP, former member of parliament, a Wenchi West, a Ura, Joe Dankwa, and they approach action, approach one tarrier, Abra, Enyamra Quemu, Ednaqua Quatinabo Nase, and I want nature to turn inside the Yenya de Yenye, or say Enyano Cret Naya Tro, Ubuan Santa Hiru.
Minia, all these are for all this. And no, I'm saying that ever the man. No, the way of the son of Abandon. Not Abandon, so all that.
Karim Gonja, dear Wunia Idrisu Tahiri, walk and you, or someone dear what Jitum says here in Katiabeduano, Nejo Dankwa, Yadran approach if what are dear what Yabrosana Sia, or to the search lecture Juma Yenye.
Now, Mebusa said, Maybe I do so. Eka ensure ya. Ki kasa ensure ya no. Na no say omo wo ensure ya na tani pa no ka wo obi a wo ensure ya. Oka wo ensure ya ha.
Timiemu so eye Idris Tahiru se uwo nsuo na gya se se wo de kodoa na watwa na wo de aba eye anafo ha sei na mo ka eye wane a Yesu Bui Power Project Bui Power Authority for boom say mote epom ho ana
Minia ono dawo ne na ma ho na ye nsuo ja Saba bi ana omo se no ka pa ya ye ni fa kwan ono ya ku kari mo no bra ona se da Aban any soldiers for Equatina, Dokakina. BBA was my person. Aban the same balance. Oh, you down. Ghana police soldier ever was now.
Ache se nsuoja honom no Ghana aban e de asojafo akotena ho tu susu se eye Ghana asase so enti ene e de asojafo akotena ho na kanim gonja asem a woka ne se mufri Ghana bia mmea bi na maba betena nsuo naja na die ne simu kwan se mo bepeka sika na matia eye ahyentiade no akọ mmea na mufre no akotwero mu din ho
I don't know what I'm saying. Don't take this man who go to a people so long the churches in Asia.
Oye enti Karim Gonja enei wa mu si abetena wa twere ye din wo banahin kura bo ho problem bi ana
No problem na ye won say e tu mi bia nipa bi e di ehye so a wo de kotro sa edini ho and this are ebi amene wo ka say ehye bon ase ha e na omu twa nsuo no e beturu bon ase ha na wo man timi na anya ban kiro di wo ha dia le be fi no ban wo ha etimi fi no ban wo banahin kura wo koye
enti ni nyina ne kura no Idris Tahiru asojafo eba na anu awosi akosi kwan se yesi pampim tiama se edu nkete yama Ahmed Ibrahim Emma no enne so wo mu do mo saka wo bi Tahiru ayede na hunu se sa nipa ne nyina aye ayugwefo o ma free bato o ma free mepe wo mu nyina aye tonfuo amude muni mutimu furo mu nyina ayugwefo mientie we
nipa wo onwe anze hello mo go si kwa jo mo mbeje go ase police station wa no down glo go no be ti o ni dia ba ja go go na awuya santa ona so je ko na ma nti bikaje no akosi maria adini ba no obera
edimi enhwe se ansa na Karim Gonja ebeba mu no Idris Tahiru of the NDC sani pa yi a woso mo ye ayugwefuo yi Karim Gonja no mo se ya me metwere yedi wo mo ngasie no yenim 2016 mia sa nkrofo no wo mo twere yedin ekoto aba na Tahiru ho
mbajo dinazo
ni ebusa se sa nipa yi na yase yeti nsu agya a ye ka wo ho asemi 2016 yenim ba bia wo mo to aba na
mbajo
wo mo to aba wan
wo to aba o na ase ni akanya group
ani nyina ewo bana honom
ni nyina wo bo ase neta area
anka ba sanke yase onkofa no ne titi voter ID card kramra obetimi de aba be dia danse
mbajo
yo enti Karim Gonja yade ba na wiye no anipa wo matimi de tete voter ID card adi adanse se wo mato aba wo banada no enne no die ne be ma obi aka ne se ye mo mo register e wo ho na eye Bui Power Authority for say honya settlement awoso amotena
me me dase na me se asem na ye kan nyina no kura no aye nka no ye be ma asem aye kan no wo hu de o beka 2016 santo koya e ba sana 2016 na santo koya asiya na bi pie for no pam o mo se show na no de o mo nto so bi betena o na wa pe asem ama no eni tina o mo na o mo ti show na no o mo tu o mo de o mo ko be bi a o mo mpe show. But 2016, already 2 million. I shall almost the deal of people sharing will be a few by.
ya ne wo mo de fi so ha sa number no police commander na wo go chi ha no wono atia police fo ba te be gu bo ngase asa se de ene wo ka se ye de police fo ba ta na so ne so wo chi o be gu a ya ta mo be so me afon kwa no police commander ti mi so ne ka kan ya ti so se wo mo ntro di no enya boro ke to no mabo ni ba wa
sa enti chese enti ene no se na no na eye Tahiru ni NDC ebro Karim ni Karim ni MPP a chese ne so no Karim ni MPP so ebro eye Tahiru ni NDC a shemunya sa
enya ya de enya boro asem ne ye ka sama no mo to to ni tisi no kwan ya mfa so twere no na ni pa no en kan ye ho no ye mpese bi besi bie wo mo mbe yi candidate ya maye en kan ko tena ewura mu wo en samba ha ina me no ka se ni pa no se 100 ba na wo se ni pa 10 o meti mi aka chi na wo na ka ta unya sen kran fili 100 ni ni pa no sa so na ni pa ba ko adi wo manim ye busa wo ya ni pa ba ko na da beka na sam sa ansa na ye tima tro eje
batuba ji atumu se efiri se na eye banahi nkro bongase wɔhyɛ wanchi west ase no NDC tena so ema Jordan kwakra so betena so kakra na akire no Jordan kwa be ye DC wɔ wanchi anse na bintu kra so eba ye ema ye free wanchi west no ebebe ye tan no eye NDC tena so na every time aba be ye bana na NDC to so enti sabre apen mo ni aba mo ho so se kwambia so no ene banano de e was MPP agi seat na time so mo ba ne dan
me kira me ni abai sama wu kire ni na ta juma no ka ne e mai no ko bon so anya na di do ma betna ha president na wu ka Jordan kwambe na wu ka ni na we mo no mo ni ha o mo ba e 4 years 2016 na America no enemy e no mo ba free west time there no mo kan ho ha ye ba na 2012 no mo kan ho nche fi 2016 animo e ba e no mo ba e de wo ka na che wo no de no mo kan ho ha
ine kura no ubu ane san ansana Idrisu Tahiru so abem
de me pese me bu ane se de wo ka ya no se obi a o ti kromo ha ntie afi ba ko ana busumi nhia bia no o qualify se o tro ni di no yisi kan ye nyina so egitum na mo we mo de o mo ba no kwa no man fa bo ngase ene ko wure mu ho o ma juma na ensuo ma juma ti o ba o nam jama nsuo ani no akọ okọ wa mo to ko ni kuro mo nsuo a o ba mo fa jama nsuo no e wa no mo na mo ba wo so no mo na mo ko wo mo ni mra ni na ndi ba le be firi wure mo abedu ha no na me fia me demo a o ti ni fio ne atire fie na ma di ama ne se o ti fio no na me tell se ni pa me qualify so kan ho what ewura mu no wo ye na juma se ti se galante ajuma obi a fere o galante
enti Karim Gonye said Idrisu Tahiru kan say yesuo na jakura no a ye de asojafo atena ye akwa asuo na ja edinti se nka honya Ghana yamfa asojafo na nkotena suo na ja is wo makotena suo na ja ena ba say ye kwati polling station because oti ase edu nkati akasa na anu ka no mogase a osin a ye the polling station beba baabi amwo no senke the polling station ekọ ensuo na ja enka constituency ben ena asusuo say enka sa polling station nke bewo
the dasminia nti ase ye juma se nipa na o so wotena ho no the polling station ko ha mini ha nti ase na ye juma se nipa no be a wote no ye be ma ne kwan atena ho afibo yeah who command police station wa and mini ha me ka say ye wo kura bi wo ha ye floor bo fo akura nipa 44 pe ene ho so police station wo ye wo nipa 44 pe afi wo kura no no more do 44. No more 42. 2016 no be 2020 we o ma ye 44. There were more police station or e bon na say akura and the panic to that almost now what change you know more police station what we so the cover say people for any amount for bet me amanipa atena baby omo ma omo kwan so omo tena what there no more police station wa me now
you
because me tia me ne wo kan me ko mo he any big way for e manso e fa tan krofo no mo ti wono sande ta ho no mo me ne ko wa ken fo ma me kwan ko and the big way for so ma me ko nti wo hene ne say the dia ye ntimi ko na ye tu obi afiro no mama kwan ma obi akotela wa wono wo nya kwan wo do ono wo ma so twe kura okuro mu ahe ni big way for them but I never omo qualify so omo tibi troti a omo extend ho
waye Idris Tahiru dia wunia Karim Gonja wosie ni o se omo nsase na yaba beye bui development na yatimi abrabra wo mo se ma wo mo nkosa ansase ne so na enipa bi free bato mepe enam nsuo so nam ntentanoa aba be pie suo na ja na yama wo mo kwan se wo mo ntena wo menne kura yasan ama kwan se wo mo nkotwere odini emeto aba wo pomu ho de na emu aye ya kakra tini kura Idris Tahiru na wubua ne sen
many are the na program no trawa ya ku Karimu answe ya me eti cheni bono ba bi o mute na net la bra many of us say ne o ma ya ko ya mi ko bi e ma ya ko ni apanye antana ngogono eti mi tina ada ko so enti se ya ku ka je ya ọmụ ba bụ na asị sama na ya ọmụ fa ego ahụ ya na mbre
tini kura no ne ye ne den
edi ngofo ne ya na fo a ya ku si ọmụ nsi obi aka nse ma na mpire e wo go nsi bia ngofo ne mo nsi ano no awia ni ya di ọmụ ya ba ọmụ aba mpire mo di
yo Edia Idris Tahiru ya dawase na Karim Gonja kana word bi o hwana
oh me da kana word me say ya o kanu enukure bi ani madam ase
yo ya dawase pa sabre we say Idris Tahiru bui electoral area NDC branch organizer ana wote ne nka se wo kire yemu de ekoso ana Yakubu Karim Gonja eso MPP Mogase electoral area coordinator ana onso di kire mu na bia na wo mo kanyina no osi bui gorge ana se bana constituency e de esikan se ene wote nkran se na wo ko ho no mu a giso twetwam na wako akopie mu otachiman na du tachiman a wodi atoa so akọ wanchi na duru wanchi ana wafa bonkum so na wako akopie mu wo eye ensoko na uduru nsoko a ententenso no ekọ badu na utwamu badu kura asa baba ententenso abesi sampa na uduru nsoko na wofa ne bonkum so a na wasan de kọ eye sekwa na uduru sekwa kura so otimi san atoa so esan ede besene eko eye brekum ana se wofa ni nifa no so de a na je se wonam cashew no musa na nsibonum na wode akọ eye manye wonye twa bridge no a na je se sabie eso ho na free sabie kuro ba akon na wo wansa na wode aduruba na ahinkuro na je se ho de giso otutomu a ukokofa abuo no mu wono na wode ababesi ba na ahinkuro na nya sa ye loko ho de a na wakope baby akwa ubeje ho gina pa WhatsApp yan 050-600-0909 050-600-0909 said ya na ensuo no then ya nam so omo ye bui gorge no ho ne nsuo ni book off no na omo ye dam no a ema ye 400 megawatts no enti no ho na sa mid kwade de ade ye kwa ba bia na ye me ya ne sa sususuno no hippopotamus no a omo ho kire wo mo a na yenya ba bi nkonkohye no na emu ye me ya papa enti no bui power project said the VR for resettle enipa bie no saa na buifo no so resettle nipa bia omko sisi nkukobuo ede ma wo mo a omko sisi nkukobuo de ma mo a nkukobuo na kire na still ede abanti se de no sika no se omo bakura na wo mo emfa eye bono emfa nwuram omo firi eye savannah region eye boli honom no omo de sane na omo de aba eye batofo no ne mepefo no right yankin messages kakra see hey did I hear Nana Adu saying Mahama is the most incompetent? Then even himself, what a funny comment from an underperforming president. And again, tell him whether he likes it or not. Ghanaians have no business to do with him from 2021 going as president. Mashaka Asante, Aboso Kai, and Odifridi Baye. Osi, good afternoon, Wafa. This movement of people from one place to the other just to register for one particular political party is bad. And both the police and the immigration need to deal with illegal immigrants. The surprising part is why the NDC has made tribalistic claiming if are being prevented from registering. Tribalism won't help the NDC. They should come with a message and stop creating unnecessary tension. Onel Amponsa, Amsterdam, Ena Wadifriya, Wade Ebaye. Noah the Ark Builder. I lived in Accra over 20 years, but each and every time that they are compiling a voter's ID card or any of the national activities, I go back to my hometown, Bimbila, to partake to it. So those over there, I'm sure they know where they are coming from. So they can go there and register. If they are indeed Ghanaians, let peace reign. Thank you. Anna Ode Ebaye. Anna Ak, our London. I can say good afternoon, ADAKABRI. Could you please ask them where those people voted in 2016? If the people had a registration center there, which constituency would they fall under? Interesting when the response came. Right. Na Farouk Utema. Or say trusting ex-president JDM is like trusting your baby's life in the hands of a hungry lion. That's suicidal. Of ADAKABRI, desperate NDC is dangerous to our democracy, and it's necessary we vote to keep them in opposition to learn political maturity and love for Ghana. Passing people to the registration centers is illegal. Tom Farouk Utema and Odifriya Wade Ebaye. I say this banner issue must be solved before December elections to prevent a disaster that is waiting to happen. Rusty Kojo, Adentang, and Odifri Baye. Wasi Wafa, greetings to you, Mark Jerry, and the entire Memento crew. Over those fighting and making a whole lot of noise at some registration centers, what are they looking for? I suggest the government make such people to face the full rigors of the law. Man Fishe, Achim Osinasi, and Odifri Baye. I say good afternoon to you and your cherished listeners. When are you and H.E. Ekuadonko bringing your manifesto out? Watching my Kwan Braco Neka say, Shazy, Ewakra, say by August 6 near we, it Ekuadonko by a bigger press conference. I be ye a year professionals Ekuadonko, I did one more year, Juma, including even a commissioner of police. Ekuadonko be you munina adanedi. Hey, the whole commissioner of police, you cross up to Ekuadonko. It's your press conference. Now, where you saw professionals in the church, na sa professionals in the church, I say, hey, say Ekuadonko to me attract such professionals there. Mami usumi nkonko ka ho, na kwaka ho so a, na wahunu. Single parents if we nyina, single parents. Omo nyina yebema omo benefit. single parents will be a benefit. Hey! Oh, boy! Igwe! A former member of parliament at Denton constituency. Ura. Do a sorry. What nasi? Na yen bedwin ho kakra. This idea of way free. Ya be na sha ase e play role. Enti ye say ye comparative analysis baby to say adantan. Adanfo dodo say na wadantan. Krobofo dodo say na wadantan. Ayugwefo dodo say na wadantan. Akamfo dodo say na wadantan. Enkranfo dodo say okwai gono. Then also baby or cry for us. Spinters or quay gono. But no enka adenta no. Nti ukross motorway no. Ebas papa yi wono mu. Trasako wa na just happen adenta chase. Enti see ye hwe demographics e wa adenta. Ubetimi akasa adenta one cran no. Is it any better than any constituency bi a wo achiri a obi be kasa ho na demographics no. Ye wo different tribes ana.
ADAKABRI chiao 4 years. And the crew woman say, "Who share your mind as a county now? Your bus settlement. Who share towards the city? I said towards every city. The outskirts of the city. No, yana grua a bimbang outskirts."
And conform to better now.
Maybe out to central region. Now bag Greater Accra. Who do the border and as a boundary area.
SCC will wager home.
About say central, regional, no. Usually, more concentration at higher you will sounds gonna be out free mountains. Na bar if free be Madina at a year Boko Bisa de
was a Krapim 41.
Who call the other side of the road, those who are at
for Dangbis.
Exactly. And I would free
Asante so
east side
and someone
Tema
side also
bar. Adan the winya nesa almost concentration. You know, very soon, no, but we say, you know, ya babe fra. But when I'm a difficult say.
Ashama Dagoma for any Angunafo and a dorsal power.
Exactly, because of the type of trader a coso Lorry.
Said Juma Mobile year what Mahabo.
Lorry home. Yem pig service, you check car, when Juma loading, din kakral, the idea. Nona, we are all one group of people. Anka. In this modern day and age, can you have some way, same common way necessary? So, who said, they are near in Tia, as I said, and ne, you move to me papai, just because somebody is going to register, and yes, or to yes, or Hanti, a baby cry, like going to register. Okay, now, was sorry, I become an issue, and for me, I think say a shame.
Because I wish she say. But off we nsuo mu adwuma na omo ye say on run transport kra be hu say wo car na de kokoto yaji to mepe yaji to bato just say usika wuntimi ni because there's a direct vehicle just say ofri yaji na watwam Adabraka market na wokọ bato ofri bato na aba Adabraka market na wokọ yaji Debia no some movement, no. I then a pedi assassin say certain category of groupings, no, no cocotana baby. I was set of Banachi at the time of registration. To no so Macrana, I was here for some money Banachi.
The various areas are the election. More and more easy now would demarcate the various polling centers. When I'm share settlements what of mining at any given time, there be districts. Usually they check district. You check districts maybe they sound breaking it down into their constituencies. they break it down to constituencies. So you create more polling centers. So, once you create the polling centers, you enlarge the proximity where people are supposed to go and register. Master, here is the case. We have 33,000 polling centers. Unfortunately, you decided to say 33,000 polling centers. We are going to fragment them. You be going into kitchen. Now you hear no.
I just 33,000 polling in so would the share a state presence or Ghana ha? You were 45,000 settlements. So 45,000 settlements. State presence only 15,000 and a state presence and what like school and now police station and now hospital. State presence into over 33,000
inside some of these issues.
Yeah.
So the onus lies on the electoral commission because a law say every individual are with this 18 years and
of sound mind.
Sound mind. A statutory responsibility. They
register.
Register no vote. So and so wow, she shares some rana mano. What necessary we sure say we create baby. The panels will be to vote. Now say in this particular situation we are describing, Nipaya, one critique baby a mano, and a baby a free banner so we soldier, as I said, or the pantoons,
and not the crossing soon.
Now,
but to confirm, say Hosu Ghana if we say, yeah, the military's presence, alcohol.
So, now say what cross baby do. Now, Sabio, a crowd so any area, ye faka, a free hall at the court, baby, voting center. Now, of many decide to say, media, met me a year, the padoye. Say, yen faka and kusi baby, you bet me at the upper junk of only be a free 1 point at the alcohol baby, I'll move to. How wrong is that? Oh. Say a no moon about the creative problem. Say nipa na cross so na ba be see a soldier. Now from that place to
as soon enough for
now from the point of obesi any baby alcohol polling center no another person at the funnel with a car and I said bus say yen call polling center we na ko vote. That's what for block.
Or the kwa a automatic so beto amano.
That is the question me and you should answer. ADAKABRI. That is the question me and you should answer. Say, if the person goes to register, is it automatic? Say, you're teaching the concert, vote to mass, say, now vote to mass. To the extent, say, so just block point, say, yeah, man,
so your funds so they are keeping the peace. A year two candidates, I agree to.
You see, I like this nice talking. But we are building a nation that our children, if you are a liar in your own house, your children, they know. So, let nobody assume, say, they can just come and, write anything and put it out there and people will buy into it. Yes, there was an agreement between two parties. Say, yeah, say. But practicality, how fair is it? Say, you didn't create a polling center for somebody. Now the Pakwa Baba do baby na say, on teacher say, on kuno once our be register. On nanti how many hours answer wabe register? What is this? I don't get it. And I went on TSS soldier for and a bunipa. Now,
evidence of soldier for Abubi.
Videos, where course we
this is Yanibi Booby.
Harassment, course
you are told to say harassment and now one video be an issue Yanibi harass will be.
You see, harassment, and yes, I will be a catcher say, Babo assume and answer, my you. Infringing on your human rights.
It may be, say, Obakan say, mistake heckling to harassment. For harassment.
Heckling is not for. It's not for a soldier. What to go and register?
Be busane ura free him find about register. Who to about ha?
Yes. No, not just say when did that become part and parcel of our electoral process?
Do we know soldier for responsibilities under SAR registration society?
You see, for me, it begs the question. Say, when you have not psyched the people who are operation BC here, now you say you want to go on a certain tangent, and as who suspect the VR a bit more creative problem, didn't you know? You brief people ahead so that you get them prepared. Say, oh, because of that situation where I am about the COVID, there will be military presence to check this, to do this, and to do that. As you go, this is the kind of preparation you need to have. You will be checked for this and that and that. Into prepare and carry this with you. And I say, you see, and now you see, and now you see. Wow. When you have laid the ground rules and everybody has accepted to move with the ground rules, and here's the case: you're the political parties and the election. And this is an election that, before I ever started registration, there have been various discussions over some of these issues. Suspicions of this nature had been raised. Civil society organizations had spoken about this. They had predicted this situation. One would have expected, say, electoral commission now, or no, to ensure, say, all those wrong impression and microphone creating ahead, you would have placed things properly. But as of now, you have vindicated all the people who raised issues. All of them.
Issues, Benz, I don't want vindicated.
Oh, before the, you can say, a trotro sembeba. We said there will be chaos, there will be acrimony. We said it.
Flashpoints.
We said all kinds of things.
The question is it widespread?
You may not call it as widespread, but you see, it has heightened tensions among our friends, Votarian brothers and sisters.
Because the head and natural say Votarians near stop warm, Votarians near stop warm.
And they feel so too. Do you understand? I listened to a friend say, parliamentary candidate for the K2 South this morning. I hear some video. And it's so sad. I mean, they are near here. What are we doing? Elections. Nothing but an election.
But K2 South may still be the fifth or the sixth largest constituency and even new registration.
You see, and I may just say, you see, it did not do me. I'm speaking from where I am as an NDC person. I think, sir, the NPP had a certain fixation about the constituency. It's prior to the registration exercise, and for which reason we suspect, say, that soldier for a border, they were stage managed just so that they can,
because 2016, 160,000 voters, and now before the final phase, with even 51 polling stations to count, they were hovering around just under 120,000. Yeah, so the numbers,
you can tell that it is not a hoax. The previous number, no, it wasn't a hoax. At least from what you just said, it gives you the indication. Say,
the first number 3. And now it may be number 5 or number 4. Yeah, but first 4 will be in Greater Accra.
And for me, what is so fascinating in this whole thing is that, as at now, as an also the honest,
Pandora box,
honestness. Because you see, at the last election, according to I hear only 65,000 people voted out of that 149,000 or so. Are you sure this time the same 65,000 will vote?
Oh, do you say one will be upset this time round now? Or Uncle register number 20 will be.
That's the point. You are going to see what you didn't even want to see. You see worse than that.
So then will be people saying, "Have you were against new registration?"
Were we just against it? What we are doing is
that you were, but with justifiable reasons to you.
As at now, you're saying now it was 17,000. registered voters, and they said
17 million.
17 million, sorry, and they said it was bloated. Now we are hitting into the 18 plus.
So would just under 2 million new
NRVK. So what did we win from it? What have we winnowed from that 17 million?
And its credibility.
So we are back.
Integrity.
You see, the integrity, who created it and who is losing that credibility?
So would we find the 2 million bloated names now?
That is where this NPP and their whatever EC should tell Ghanaians. Because
NPP and their EC?
Yes.
Because,
oh yes, I'm serious. I'm not missing words.
The MPP and their EC.
Because they were the only two groups who saw themselves in one a year every time.
So you are going to a match and you agree to the referee and your opponent are one.
Big time.
So I don't know what elections now.
Oh, Zuma went to Australia before Jeff Frederick. He knew he was going to fight in the territory of an opponent. And he said, look, me kwa koku Fennec here Australian. I can't say referee, you know, Australian. The crowd are all Australians. Then me Ghana for a 5.
Only nipa 3 groups na kokon.
I better carry my everything with me. There's only one thing I can prove in Australia.
Knockout.
Me bono no biya when obiya say my bona. Nobody can cheat him.
50-50 there.
So that is how we are also carrying ourselves into this election.
This is technical knockout
with
the moment.
Everything that we can in this election. Because we know that the EC is standing in cahoot with the yes, they are. That's right. Because everything we've said from the one. When you say this,
and you mean
EC comes to Obeyina Anope, then the General Secretary of
John
Bwedu also collaboration. No, about corroborating whatever EC is saying. Oh, you call IPAC. EC can't say. No, so every time they are the only two groups that understand each other.
But then just before say Honorable Kofi Bebemono, would you suggest to say sir chaos at true seminar at the polling at the registration centers? Is it widespread?
Okay, you see, unless you have not followed this whole trend in the last 1 month, so we can give you can't say what is the word, litany of videos.
The terror of them.
Yes, plethora. That's right. Obia ya the block. I'm sure you've seen that. Obia ya the cutlass. Channel.
Yes,
you've seen that one. You have seen beatings. That's it. I mean, the videos
endless.
3 weeks ago, Elvis did a press conference at your party office, and there was pictorial offense. We showed them picture to picture and described these scenarios. Kaswa we had about 5 incidents, all reported to the police. Kaswa only, before the minister went and fired the gun. And that was at Nukrechi, there was one incident.
Before the minister said she went and fired the gun.
What's it say? You are right. Because I'm out for saying you are right. You see, so this ended. Oh, Minister Tutuo Abayanyeni who
Yawo investigating.
Yawo Obisika. Now investigation said at least there's a preliminary BBHS who investigate here will be go through a certain punitive measure. Kakra, you will be udoka kopim obi grass is here na say udoka bu bi wakwan ho a. Then you be investigating case. But if you don't have a license, you will be put in cells first before they investigate.
My brother Mremwe. Owura Edwesare, a former member of parliament for Adentang on the ticket of NDC, and I was saying it, speaking to the issue of chaos, pinching, various registration center, with the latest one being a Bana in the Bono region. Now, say dear, Uraben Kufiaye, also former member of parliament on the ticket of MPP, Upper Dinchra West and now on Subem. Honorable dear Yatihuni, widespread chaotic scenes at registration centers with the latest banner in the Bono region. And then as worker.
Dominia Medas and Michia would what here for you. Yaminia, as I so many Christian of Penny as I was.
I never could find it into the boom.
Matras of aircraft of Banzo and aircraft of
What's that so?
Why not just what's the NDC Quemun and Noir? A Damona lawyer from Namoya Bro. Adjective beer, yes, adjective beer, describe
descriptive word.
A widespread chaotic. Is that the reality? A woman.
And then, person, can we accept that?
Be me make a baby. Me and this for as usual, make a baby. It can not me expect to say, come media for no. Ah, come didn't feel. Mama call grounds, and come mama, a tear for no. The fair situation. Because, yes, incident BSC 1 or 2 places are Obia any watching. But say, Obi Babatina. No, I can't say as if say, or mine, we judge them. I mean, Ukasana Ukaketrema, yeah, a number no one.
Incident in BBC now recalling. How significant is it?
You're talking about over 33,000 polling stations. Ah, yeah. So far, me not sure see you more than 50.
50 centers, I mean, yes.
50 centers, me not sure.
It's in percentage terms, no, negligible.
Exactly. If you care, now check it from national security, police reports, EC9 reports, and wherever. Apart from NDC4 reports. Independent reports, over here, and NDC4 reports, no. And so no, because that had been their position from day one. The Bason Swa on the cost kiosk.
You're planting.
We know it. Bernard Mona didn't call for now, and I'm even surprised that Bernard Mona now call a police station Cocotroni Diboko or Sarko.
And you're in the Supreme Court to weapon as 7 with contempt.
Well, me follow the case, Madame for no, but me see a penach in the Obama man, baby. I see. Madame for pardon.
Harboring a fugitive.
So, as soon as Osako or Cocotroni Diboko or Koni fee. You see, and if you're dealing with these people, because I would see a Omamo chairman, a seat, friend say, Fusian Pofo, tape here a bar out. Plan, I'm planning in any. Yen yet ye be more man young governable, ye be a near good easy no huffy, ye be a maya, as if say, Ghana, a jaddemuno, and no yen. And this has been a plan of more rule out to end. This is no banner because you say, I mean, registration there cost no, basa boom. On the answer side, you as I admit, say, numbers no, are significant. Because a Ghana for 777 18 so. Say it is a debia will be sorry that oko registration center bina who say hoya basa na srang ya koko je Johnny church reading. I can bet you say the average Ghanaian will not go there and register. They're that chaotic out there that the average Ghanaian be no anko but is that what we are seeing? Records na dance be na records need.
I see almost standing vindicated over admonitions. Somebody buy ya you bunkam fa womo so a ye kwaye registration.
Admonition said ye.
So basa pinchen.
And I'm say is this significant? 1 or 2 BSc. Unless it's say a KG food na bit na ko cancer as me actual mo but say this is the first time yeah, registration of Ghana Hamwa, 1 or 2 centers be. Maintain what I
it not just analysis so, is in line with President saying say he's unaware of any pension be or baby. Oh,
the president can be unaware. Penny for say a penny a kind of manti. So Eti social media ye nam they said the no can say a free Elvis videos or show near the do you think the president will waste his time and go the money
a free year wadaje.
Oh no, what that job be a MANSO ne other people will be quite because of the baby. But president value the time. Blood betnas ya drink or may no. Of I'm going to do this, I go for it. John Doctor said, on your way, it can be possible.
Quick comment from Edwin. President maintains say he's unaware of any pinching baby. What are your thoughts?
ADAKABRI man be 1 hour or lecture be 1 hour.
Obesa to us but hoka krano ayi
the president on aware.
Sad saying.
You have a leader, president for that matter, the life of the citizens and family. Because, come on, who are we talking about? Use my language.
Is it supposed to be aware?
I'm asking you. Are we talking about some chickens in a hen coop?
Hey.
Or some goats in a pen?
Dead ones included.
We're talking about human lives. Okay, people who have been hit with blocks. You're telling me the president is not aware and he's busy. Why are you busy to the extent say someone on fan why are you busy?
What enough and what be PM Asante
radio studio. Because for person call your registration. So prepare more app so that they can go and register. He had space to go and spend 2 hours in a radio station. You can't even spend a minute to comment of that 2 hours.
You can't comment keke.
Say, Okrofona so far. He's not
including a true and a true way.
All of that, the minister. You see, and for me, trust me, you see, when you do this, you leave me with no option but to
to us way. When you difference between so be said men aware of incident they see and will be also a game phone. The difference. And you will be at say he doesn't care. And fun. That's the difference. Do you know the number of people are through accidents or memo a day? And you telling me say on daily basis the president might be aware of people who die on our roads. And I know that so go for you and a lot of them they are not a human error. And I know that and how I doing. It is the president said, "Me where? What's big deal about it?" Minister to issue. Say, "Obi better to in self-defense." What is big deal about that? We had the minister of was it interior or defense? Kumbo. Ono the end on what in the car and on what shoot two car from the car.
Upon investigation nearby.
O see no Sakoya reports armed robbers na attack to Yabugu can.
I know Pedin.
Police for Kokoye a ballistic investigations no more said there be minister and the two and also better than the public officers. You have these people jumping up and down here today just because Minister Biako to in self-defense.
The seat of public officers.
That is their stock
in trade.
So with the Mitchell, the examples be almost I am who what they intend to achieve.
But in any case, the President Becca said, "Or you unaware of, as you describe, a sporadic."
You know the difference between
cases.
president and a god. He is not God. This incident, be seen that the man is candid enough. So I say, "Wait a minute here. What is wrong with that?"
He's not on top of the game. That's all.
What's it meant here?
Well, brief.
How and especially when the issue said me no can and yes significant. And yes significant.
A minister had come under attack, and in the course of the attack, were discharged firearm to scare off attackers. And the president has not been briefed over that.
When you tell my president, if he in a self quarantine by
a week today.
Tambena, Saka so incident no see. Anyway, I don't think say. Oh, and your papa be wo hwa.
But what was you can't what did you see Kaswa?
A card on into Manko and the be a grassafo.
What did you see?
Yeah, we will fall for these people, not the be able but now man nasa asafuana ye grow. Na nyoma papa hu hia mo men no ye mo hu dawuro impose opportunities be ana aba baby a ye mabunu ne ye mabaye also mo take advantage of these opportunities no. They don't hear about it. So and ye nyina ye
registration
exercise ekosi. NDC for ye hu de Mahama reckless speeches are mema around. Oh yes, anope me catch no. He's being childish.
Sir?
Oh yes.
Over which
he must speak as a responsible statesman. Former president Awosa President Edibio. But look at the way he's speaking. Ethnic issues where the difference between animal kingdom and human kingdom. And they say in the animal kingdom no ubi aye do pebia so ya no pebia otwe bia only speed kese next obey nam and aduane ama datebi. So it is a matter of speed. And all those things. That is how we live their life. But we do yeni ya efre hu ni peya. Ye wa dwinya ye de dwinya. Ye tumi ye mra e de ma ye ho se. Ya betna ekresu as Ghana for anase yeni ye won need from hanya jade. Rules are de govern ye hu nie. Eti ye nyina di tum say yes, sa rules when ye de govern ye ho a. Wo view, or personal view, name me personal view, name me our personal views no matters no more. So, if say ye kotwaba, o mamra no say, o say ye betwaba bia na, I was say electoral commission body when ye dey e yahye nsa say, on create polling stations. Ye betwaba. O create wi on famra parliament mi mobo ho. Na say parliament gitum wi a yakase ahani polling centers are yebeto aba yegitum wiya minua you don't go out your way and say then because me want a right to register and I say a right to vote ntino then one establish polling center ni bi e me bedroom and then one for polling center ni bi aba me si me fie anim. You don't do that. Even in the advanced democracies US need the rest in the crown. Tempo person absentee votes nya dadia you have to post it. You must go to post office.
Postal vote, no?
Yes, maybe I send and I say designated point to be na de beko. So it's here
the Akosua reports from Bana. So utie interviews are.
I na me be. I na me be na me tie ne excuses ne oni na these excuses on mo dey me. There will be more can see and a polling station. Your master say register on polling station in the home. I mean, I'm just a polling station. You can see baby or be pe. Your established centers say these are the 33 polling centers also about trouble. To be the Ben area no. And now conditions say the TB also about control. And now you can call banda. Ahoy basa kakra ekopiem. Eti mo ampanyimfo a mo area ho no mo kotena asese ene ye nia yemfa ye nsan hyehyase ne yenye emre bi se de be ya asomdwe e be ba ye mantem ha
undertaking.
Yes ti mo de mo sa kohyehyase se ahai ni hai ne ye beto aba se de be ya confusion ma bia ntino obia mfa bas ko sisa nkofo mfi ba bi emfa ma. That is human beings for you, which is very good. It is yatum yahu say we are basing people doing this and that in the confusion ba. It is humans as we are no. Ye kwatena se say ye nye say bio. Ye ABC a na dia so bi beba. Ye san hihye nyina wi a. Usa ko nsuo da tifi no akwa akoko no. Na wabegina na afo say manfo ye mu behwe o say nsuo na ifi. After ye nyina agree say ye mbase people to the centers no. You go basing people with an excuse. And you can't have any excuse to do what he or she feels right. Could be our excuse, but again, as humans, no, that's not the issue. As humans, you agreed and signed that document. Say because again, as humans, from experience, whatever the case, and I make a say, did they agree to do this or that? Did they? So when you say, so say na be say na be dia. Don't go append your signature say yemfa sa regulations we na most particular
abide by the terms.
Yes. If you go against the terms, so they are of my so no security of this country so no. As you be so say again say me kan ye human beings ye mra ni bibia ye the security of the state nso ahye obi nso nsa iti ye hye mra no ema ye ho wie na ye say unni mra no so a
what's your understanding of the issue obana
my understanding need the lawlessness of NDC ne nkrofo a despite agreement a omo akwa sign no they decided to go against the rules. Let's say if you go against the rule let's say mra omo e de mra so ahye omo nsa no try to make sure say the laws prevail. You don't come back shouting.
Honorable, Honorable, you don't have them.
Master, who fast? Ben, because we need fast. You don't have the issue NDC facts.
Uma kata weni ena mu can semono just because you think you have states authority.
Yes, yakati eni because masone madwene ye adwuma. Mo de maybe amakata maso akata madwene so aka.
Yegusuti edu.
If we live in a community, now say you decide say you befa like you know you kwa register. Ya furu pantu ababisi and say boot ababisi baby. Now say ya high bus. Now say bus at the airport polling center. Boni beni aye.
Why in a high bus?
That's the question they should answer. Why in a high bus? They should answer that question. The people themselves said we have paid, we have hired our own bus to take us. And then you are saying, say, because we are sitting on a bus in Tino, not to say, Ubi, the Chia, say emphasis, because we are Voltarians, kind of.
And could it be, say, MPP for someone a Muslim will be inquire? Are you denying a prospective MPP voter?
ADAKABRI, and I make her say, I always argue from a point of human kingdom. Your behavior. Look, okay. See a tree and who politics kakra na. What do you say? You know, no monkran for we have saying. Homo festival be is a homo one na. He be doom libium to make us say, and my yenye den.
Yenye didi.
Me yenye say. Meanwhile, be at that same period no. Overcome me krum denchira. And I say even beyond Accra, Hayakra, uchem do. In some Hayakra, how did in the Ubitmi aye. So the mention. It is almost agree say yes between this period no. Ye nye de ye nye say ya. Ufi say Ubia na Quebec say Makoto me say Makoto me brand new instrument better me test it. Excuse and reasons to go against a Mrano Modia Bandie. Kobia betumi nyabi.
And cause police center.
Kobia betumi nyabi.
You've gone to block the road.
Oh, please, listen. Please,
that's
listen. Emrana onwa ajitu mu no.
What block because you see
where were they thinking when they were signing that law? When they were signing the law, no? Did they think through it?
But the question Obusa say,
did they think through it?
The question is MP any candidate any man that take say they would not bash people. But question and address are if you care to answer, or if you have an answer, say if a group of prospective registrants it decided say yeah high 207 way no for nipa 20 inquire. Who has the right to stop them?
Who stop them? Is it MPP for the stop one?
What's the soldier for the stop one?
Do they have the right to enforce a law?
What law is that?
Do they have a right? Mibisa general in Mibisa. Do they have?
Because soldier for they only have to keep the peace.
To
complement the work of the police.
Exactly. Was it lawful?
Say nipa bi high wo car.
Say nipa bi yeti ha say. That then na be the example man. Eti ka woni right say wakoto wo instrument. Now be born wo dem at any sound rate bi anka ope. As we being humans no, yetumi ehihye mra say.
Decibels.
Homo na yadu nti no. Wo be bo ekura level should come this way.
But I said you can't
it's not compromise where you are. Said they okay. Yes, you stop one more. I want to stop one more. The law enforcement agency. I dey assure me say you nyina agree say ye hu say ye the bus bad there e the trouble ba. Ye hu say the bus by the trouble ba. It ye nyi bus in trim.
Na omonye den.
Stakeholders na moti ase ya na. Obi ase ye ti ase wo sign me ma sign. Eti senkedru empo se china after wo sign ye no. E na wo kodwen hu bio. E hu say da bi mra ya ma sign. Etosin a. What do? You go back to the body na munyina mo agree on say I have concerns. about a agreement aye. Because said you're okay. Senye sponsor that said you're okay. Because who knows? So many bars in Muno. Omu NDC for so many CP before I say. Okay, don't go for it. And
this thing.
And who knows? So. Eka obi antimi nkyere. Say basi mu fo ya stop wo mu yi. So mo ye MPP for, so mo ye NDC for, so mo ye Akuadonko for. Eka obi antimi hu. It for a particular group to come and say yes say ni ya stop wo no. That should tell you say okay. Ohinze du akyiri. Nipa na tai.
Adakabre this thing before banda and running and nansa banda be ye banda no. Now about a month ago banda ho kan once dada. We all know, say, almost settlement be a no more at a point in time. About for Koko to almost free. You remember?
Bui Power Authority.
Wonderful. The same group of people. Bui Power Project. Whatever you call it. Because another the antecedent.
Just let me say, if you mix lawlessness with lawful idea, I mean, you get it wrong.
Please.
You want to mix lawlessness with lawful.
But is it a fact to see a kutu man? I don't know.
I'm saying
I know he chooses not to answer you. You
see, so there's an antecedent. Because they know, say, that whole settlement, a group of Crophobia vote to usually on block for the NDC. They know them. What am I saying? And the friend saying MP in that neighborhood, we lose election where the last 8 years. A time, those times I acquired election was time. They can't time.
That was 2008.
2008 election.
January 2009.
Exactly. He lost that election.
Joe
Dankwa. And he wants to come back. So, and he knows, he said, with that group of people in that neighborhood, any more numbers, if they should be allowed to register with like without any harassment, certainly there's no way Obetime win this election. Let me do something to ensure say these guys don't get the chance. That is where it started from. Kakran. This is just a culmination of a well thought out program. And but you see, like I'm saying,
Joe Dankwa is being selective as to who gets the chance to vote.
Oh, certainly, because on himself, what year or Hinina or what's that area? You heard him. I said, yes, this is a group of people I know more have for times since time immemorial. And you know more worry, and you know more coexist all together. I had done that this year election. Please, no matter how you try to twist the whole thing, and now the law, please. Law, no, it doesn't, you see, and then Ufu said it is on the left foot. It favors you. That's one thing I know. Okay. Whatever is happening in this country, another time it will go on the other foot.
Okay.
When we get there, don't come and sit there and
say you have no even cause to complain. If this is not the first time I see, okay? You should point it out to them. He's speaking as if say we dam construction happened overnight. Sani see your man. We dam happened overnight. See it your man ma we dam. A drink cool. When you for crab say who you cried Kwame Nkrumah time or so.
Kwame Nkrumah time and
before
Russians nearby. It's not a dine in esisi ho anka oba be Bui Power Project no. Na when your chance anya Bui Power Project no. And na Russians no koy na dine car e wuram ho. And na satan buzi abaye no. Ye kokoto generators. Ye de bi sisu nwan ne aso generator, ye de bi su tamale ne aso generator, ye de bi esisi techima, ye so generators we see say jonko po baye and through the instrumentality of upon view and Kennedy Japan. Omo etimi hwe ya and if we had kuku kusi arowa jonko for ebeshas yes wo ya
exactly
in the instead no
exactly sata many na kuvota na parliament bini nyane o parliament eti ehun ye ba ye nkofo a ye be settle omo So damage o ma yebetu o mo afi ha kwa ha ne adade nyina no ho compensation packages ne sa ne manema nyina we're done
but agitation kakra ba mu
yes
say edan kre kukusisi mam kwa na ye nkukumu
bi se susa ne nyina happen here
ma me nya interview we mra na MPP ne NDC mafam ho di ya ba hwe so say president of the republic na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo tout John Dramani Mahama a former president aspiring president. It is here, do we say former president or aspiring president? Na the worst of the incompetent president for the past 30 years. The fourth Republican, the fourth Democratic dispensation. Yeah, by Baba, you know.
That's what it will be anymore. You see about this year.
Oh, be anymore. I have forgone. And as a French was a poor pa.
Make as I'm okay, I'm Mr.
CPP for no no. Omuko you are presidential candidate. It's interesting. Nipa do say na file for CPP presidential.
I say I'm to my you.
I'm to my Green Street.
Oh, David Kabila. And our
Kabila
uncle.
Kabila in Nanaya na Eco General Secretary.
Okay.
And Obabesia or challenge Kabila.
Na
oversight committee chairman. Arrow from Poor Manso. The CPP for Jama and Concrafo 83-year-old. And that water on CPP says Abraham say. I was as a Mranti and no Hinifa. Every year. I can't want to say every year.
Minimum pie boy, you.
The CPP from Ranti and when 83-year-old then in a walk air oversight committee chairman.
The Kai Mamentia, a key for you, Nemrantiana, one more na, ye two blows by way of mouth and so. Mentia Omina, so my idea said, form my education on Bui Dam project in the Bui Dam, the Copa Banyan and the Kwame Coma. And I present the Kunku for so back to us all, all baby, and I am marathon race. And I George say I call you race, and I John Mahama to be finished here. I John Mahama finish a whole period of my Kufoni baby, and you know, more people history and the summer in the Mama. The only say, you bet here, on penny, Yautia Kunyaso, Yatiam, for me, Yau for the Mura. No. Acquire the pepper at the Abeba, kama. I am Vice Chancellor of Commercial Science and Technology. Arano, Quabrausian body language, the more the near thing, obey Mapa.
I was one laptop per student.
That's right. The body richness obey Juma. Papa Banti, one of us is senior coupon and quatentum man, and I want to be and it can one in your BBA kama. Convention People's Party, the Ama Akokrama Bemoni said. And Tawanta will be by. Then Tawanta Bam Ranti when it's a penina. Or the Sibias of Penina, Quabrata ye. And I'm a mapen, Mama Bemona, dear Mabisumus and Meshet, Naya and Tawanta Yakrakra, nothing so. The partner Congress. He did as a 2020 a year, 15th of August. I remember that, and I'm COVID-19, you know. Yeah, but for the first time, you know, your Congress and you know, you're any decentralized region, Greece, you know, will be a very one and one. Now, the candidates are bonds in you know, ordinary electoral commissions were boy. Yes, here and upon each constituency be a delegate young Obana to Abana, Webana, but now, whatever. Never all wrong. Near reading in a Yamesha and why and be about no night. Near really be at the Ampesu Pia Tia Senator President Akufa, the one year and CPP this year. You better take over the flag server.
Hey, CPP Neka say,
I CPP,
it's you.
Yeah, and it's a yet you movie. Mammy Bijuma or baby about you yet you move. Then you know I am by a woman.
I Christian I love. And
Obaya, CPP at Tia movie. Now, any party, you found the more money. In Tia Piala as to me yet, near to me, the Paracabo need to meet 2020 and Kunyanusi announcement. Now, NDC MPP to Ghana force ya bread on them. Now, it will must in Jakarta. Into Upia or Timasam, who Santo Quayakum, Yeshut Nayakun, Yakotua by a current to Tralia, who would to my convention people's party. And in the party, no. Yet, they will go for the party. The party in the Pania, then yes, Ghana. Now, says America say, nominations in India, Kwamara, you're receiving na chairmanship, no. Rabera, dear, Brata Quete, one in the Puswaba, and Aibo, Divine Aibo, so one so what in the Nantenta Bashuso, and Green Street, one also until so far, Minoka said the independence, and I pray.
Yeah, Brata Quete, and Aibo, and
Aibo, a doctor, Divine Aibo, or a professor.
Oh, Professor Ivo.
Dr. Divine Ivo.
And Ivo Green Street.
And a Brata Quite. Complete lawyer. And Green Street. Former General Secretary, also a lawyer. Until one me and Sunny say, one more pray a year flag bearership. Now, Chairman for a Bruja. A year, Comrade Hadia. I'm that.
Okay, Hajia.
Comrade Nana Udro Quatin.
Udro Quatin, a former chief director.
I also didn't think of a boom.
Hey, I am in London, Udro Quatin. Swedro Udro Quatin. You had an Martinenka. You could suit you.
Miss Udro Nana. And Nana Akosia Frima Tapon Kuma.
Oh, a chairmanship, a running mate in Hanono.
Or chairmanship.
Upon Kumabano.
I the year running mate ma Yabusa Carano.
Aye.
2012 also called. And they will try to acquire a branch and with the woman papa and a quick answer.
The good answer is a Nippon night and a vibe for the chairmanship of CPP.
I know need a Mujamono power with more. Young Pania from Quadalina. On that vice chairman for the year, Comrade Emmanuel Obojo.
Bojo.
And Comrade Ozzy Nkrumah.
Kwame Nkrumah was in Nkrumah Ebe vice.
I was operating here.
Hey.
Comrade Edwin Ayoko Orlando.
Okay.
Orlando. And also the vice chairman for the sofa. Your general secretary there. And you would be about Nanaya at Champion Nantua.
At Champion Jantua.
The Comrade James Kwabra Bomford Jr.
Kabila.
Currently acting
secretary.
And Urabia also, yeah, also prayer Kwabra, Comrade Koto Afari.
You are Afari.
Now, organizer for also, yeah, Comrade Moses Yerimambo.
Remember?
You remember was a champion time on here where you remember before you remember.
So you know.
I'm then not the war for you in the over. I have to Rashid Alao. I don't know, the women organizer for me. And yeah, Aisha Futa. Adia Aisha Futa is currently the woman at Grand Water Preview. And Comrade Road Tendana. Tenda. Nayaba youth organizer a year Comrade Otino Solomon and Ponza. And now Waunia was a Kofi Aqua.
I will Frasantia Bewdom. I was a Kofi Yamanakaba.
The youth organizer of the Ashanti region was Wulamupa. So far, on the day, and say, you are to yeah, on the 18th of 15th of August. Yeah, just a memory there, Ben. I watch here. Kenya media for fee, when he be a man. Yet the best of the years will be answered. Campaigners movie and you'll be at them. Obi and Cassante will be CBP there. Kwame quantity as a young Kuntokwa with them. Na young Kuntokwa Wabonting. Yentokwa with them. I want to the young Kuntokwa. And I feel, yeah, so some more than say, yɛbɛyɛ koro ne wɔdɔ no a yɛde ahyɛ adeɛ no sɛ yɛmfa nkɔ yɛhia sɛ obiara bɛboa yɛn apolisifoɔ ne electoral commissionfoɔ wɔn nyinaa ni nokora ma yɛn ne biribi a yɛyɛ biara ɛnkɔ so ma yɛn
right
afei mpanimfoɔ a yɛtena nkyɛn yɛasɛsɛ adeɛ baa yɛ ntɔkwa ɛbaa wɔn nyinaa ammerɛ ho CPP deɛ ntɔkwa baa sɛ pagya soso ne yɛde aba fam nti mpanimfoɔ nti antilusi anim nom ne wɔn mɛtrɛbɔ fɔlakosa professor Damensa nom kɔnsa mɛkasa kyerɛ wɔn nyinaa wɔn bra ne mu so ade no mu ne yɛnyɛ ɛkɔdanka KT Daze wɔn nyinaa mesi sɛ ɛyi ne ade no nyinaa obiara mo mmra bɔkɔ
na Mike Gan de ɔmo ne din
Mike Gan so ɔyɛ PPP ni ɔne paakwesi
sɛ wɔn nyinaa koraa bi nti
yɛbɛfa yɛ dɔm na party offices a na paakwesi atua kɔma nyinaa wobɛkɔ ne akyɛyi no penti no PPP
ɛyɛ ɛdi CPP foɔ yɛbɛyɛ ɛnɛ dɛ moma yɛ nipa na yɛ ayafrɛfrɛ mo na mo so abɛka bi wae
na yɛsrɛ mmeranteɛ no mmɛbu na wɔga na nyinaa obiara nkɔ CPP o NPP ne NDC deɛ we have no place there ɛwɔ yɛ ma wɔworo yɛ friend sɛ organizers a wɔn ase sɛ wɔn ayɛ mpɛyɛ wɔn si yɛ mmeranteɛ yɛ mpanimfoɔ ɛnso wɔn aka wɔn si yɛ frɛ wɔn youth but wɔn yɛ elders na ɛsɛ si wɔn ate wɔtena eti mu kɔ abunyakwa if you want to get preach the youth of Ghana is the convention people's party and it's the only party it will create economic independence for the people of Ghana. So we are on one path to create economic independence.
Right.
Let's begin now.
Enti yɛbɛhwɛ anim na
you wouldn't regret.
You. Maybe the day now what we near share the best can have munya just settled that. Na yɛhunu mo mpanimfoɔ a mo do mo ba abɔnten aba bɛkasa. Nti for now deɛ Papa Arrow from Manso. Ebeda wase oversight committee chairman.
And about some committee members, no, my memory near Nana Bokman or a member. Chris Shagan, a member. Kofi Amponsa, a member. A year Hadia Salfudagat, a member. And I'm here to propose so, but nothing Professor Nino Yuna, a member.
Right.
And I'm here, chairman. Now, vetting committee is also chairman, Professor Nino Yuna. And a Congress committee chairman, Dr. Luchot. In Tima says, yeah, Jumano, near Bomodinsa, Yabede, party, ya partner, so for 2020, deny election.
Why, yeah, the mass say, Kakre, Benya Bia, so Mama chance, na CPP, Musumaka, Wagner, Yadamasa. Right. Oversight committee chairman, Arrow from Manson for the CPP, and also no, or didn't team no at all, no. Bet me I was up here on 050-600-0909. Ishaba Nana Tichua, or say Aaron me vote am as CPP. Doing there, professional women are willing and available and willing to vote for the CPP. And this year we are bringing back Nkrumah. Yes, I'm no. Yes, I'm back to the studio. Nyanko, Ura. Adresare of the NDC and Ura Kufiaye of the MPP. Nana Danko Kufuado say John Dramani Mahama. I'm crying on one TV. They were former president. Every day there was me some challenge incumbent as an aspirant. Now, class the year Candia just in the 30 year fourth democratic dispensation, you know. That's on why we cry. Especially with economics. Now he wouldn't want to be distracted by John Mahama. As usual, Bekasakasa, I don't know if I can find serious. Hey, I don't know cake and a sacovi.
Well, the Dicano. Open you from Pomazo.
Arrow,
Manamo. Manamo, say, I'll bet you an agree. You know, I admire this penny for. Was it
83?
83. I'd man penny for, you know, allow me active. Dana, the Biaba almost to me there, or my give it. Namum, the teeny dino. Nam Casa or your sofa. In the opinion, Arrow, Frimpong Manso for the Yetimu Dia
Kasofo.
Naso for the account.
Where ye?
We ADAKABRI ya. Okope or the Cope Vice President Eddie.
I wadaruma.
Openi Arua. Omo Kenya because of Timu Dia na.
If wadaruma the MPP for my post kuyadonko dru mu a mema post ati.
Iti na me bomb pa mo say
in
case you call run off now.
You the 10,000 be kan wa.
You call run off now. The support back tie kuyadonko achi a. I mean, you ADAKABRI sitting vice president, special assistant.
Good you.
ADAKABRI, I'm the president Kasa Udika. So,
oh yes, say below the belt.
Say belt there here now, okay. So because
or your former president.
A former president.
I say one say all contested na own former president in contested incumbent.
And say Ghana have first time BC no ntino. Okay. If I below the belt. And you below the belt. And especially as I'm so can far on so no. As a fact. So your mama mu ya ba at least for Republic. Then records and your cry the West. And your President Mahama. It's a fact. Sometimes we read in Kenya they say yes I be debating because me no can say we it's a president of commission VW almost first made in Ghana. So if you know me koswa and I'm say no no senka yes say that you bohu dewu you can run TBT bia when you opportunity be class ABP VW hamo anya kra na be be sales manager ba ku bi in kotia not an application afa ho ye betena because Mahama debut no pay o behave say abofra bi a yaje ne toy afinisem now this o jeja no bo form esu say yensan fa ne toy man but eba Ghana presidency no enye toy o enye ade di agro eye three four no kan say man kra say kan man kra that's niti ye shebra ye aspirations ye bibia no ho na ehiem to me say ye de mawa onfa me to atopre onfa me gro atopre ne firu nsa wasa aka say mo mam ya kwanya no na me ba mistakes am ye no masa be correct no a too high prestigious a position unya you give your best. So now Mahama there, former president. Me no kase unkura brim. O main the whole school, uko free secondary school. University unyani free. Ubebedi a MP. O main hell. Ubedi deputy minister. O main hell. Ubedi minister. O main hell. Ubedi vice president or Mary Oma S. Gracia. SID president S. Gracia Emma Omei a disaster Beshawa Kupim Tamanya Mebeton is Adiafro. Our condition of service are what they call retirement after Waji S. Gracian. Yes, any say yes, same. Yep, man call below the time and I would the president. The best system can see a pejam. For which reason now, Utifie CCA crown or minor, Akatia Dema, the sitting and the current president. No, Ibiani Dema also. The president Kufa Dunya Biano, also Nebi. A debate bu pana come, Yenya Mau Bakufo. Tikome ni wa dini pa. Come ni wa dini. Ah, you go so new do ye here. That was an Ubisa Sisia, who's your friend, former president, who's your friend aspirant. No crew, they say. Empo, a woman so belusu, so Lusu, we are sir, because I didn't paid in the BBR as former president. Because he has nothing, virtually nothing to lose in elections here. Did you be pardon? And a President Mahama, President Yaman, as Ghanaians. Here, and Nancy Yana, Liverpool for you declare, say, you're champions, English Premier League. And then you to me declare, you're champions. Because you agree, say, ball I ever boy, while we accumulate the highest number of points only the title. It ye boy you know, you will miss the measure. And based on that, it make us say Liverpool for European champion, English Premier League champions. It should not take Manchester City for no matter because I didn't grab moment here, you share more goals. And I concede the least number of goals. You board the number of shots are your board, you possession rate, you say. Yes, you should be but a bassy per champion there. Should you need say an assay. Oba or maybe answer or mining can call in the growth. A 2 point as in 2 point. Yet the who should be at GDP growth. Nyamia Daruma, Tema President Kufo, Ebeja Mamufi, the first president within the fourth Republican President Lawrence on. No, man, grew around 3.7% thereabout. President Kufo be so moody, calling them hypocrite, near the PFE mu, no. Or say, oil my. Okono, now after rebasing, no man grew around 9.1 or thereabout percent. And I hand it over the man, President Mills. In the oil net, and your man, a becan who are President Kufo DJ actually, you know. You started 2 oil, and my growth rate, no, a cost so far. Your cocoa hit 14%. Thereabout. And a Fufi Antwata. And then Yametone is afraid. The late President Mills. Yamin Fanny Crancy. Yametone is afraid, no. And a President Mahama Beso afternoon. No one in no grand some more speech or my, no. The beach they say, only the luckiest paper. I didn't hear say, hey, I come here, I say, President Mills, time no the president, official no president. And so, you many na no money. Now, if you know be take baton, no. Ubi who dear koye, say ye den. New driver be so within just 4 years. Now, money growth na about 14%. No, a nose diver to about 3.7%. Destroying this economy to the extent to say we have to run to IMF for policy credibility. Policy credibility. Ghana, pa. With enemy four, with penny four, like Papa Yang, penny four, Papa Babu, Mudi, ne, who share the world order. Ghana for she shame near the pa, not to say we lack credibility. And you're very. How low and on my between us sink? Not to talk of in some way, I'm saying I'm attending meeting conference view ILO. Geneva. Na ya coffee break. Na man for ni bi abrofi ne other foreign delegates abet na who say na Ghanaian delegation. No bi say eti mo krom na mo president yes wa akwaje Ford a bribe nana. As a member of the Ghanaian delegation, at that point we had to defend our president. Then I feel you questions now go for the banwa. The video I'm sorry, baby fa. Excuse me, I want to use the washroom.
It went me in no.
No she. When him glasses some just say I did negative baby na papa di bata ho. Di emfate bia na ni di bata ho. Yeah, corruption here, corruption there, bribery here, bribery there, all this nyina. Just no cry na mogu. Nka wo ye we nu nyina akwa na nka utumi so chichire oman no ma ya credibility bi ba. Naka ya nu ni asem. Ba wa adwuma na wontumi ye. Wo so a wotutu na mo so a edi enumguase emeka wo nko about enumguase a reflect on omamu ni nyina. Eti Ghana for who said Debbie we deserve better. Ye wanim difo ye won nipa bebre sebe ombetumi amanage oman better than their papa yi oye no. For the first time oko records mu over 1 million Ghanaians voted against an incumbent president. 1 million Ghanaians voted against you. Ena nipa na Ghana for the awure ehye ni mu. Ye de afna ne so ne sa. Ehye ne sa. Ampampa so no. Per the data. Odi osie no eyo. Oba no within the first 3 years. Economy are no be fine no na grew around 3.7 thereabout no. No the ni na or pejemu ade ni nam say 8 or so 6% thereabout within the first 2-3 years. Within the first 3 years. And Quran here say o man skanim. Yari nam na manaka dompe into omo national allowances kwa ntimi ntua no. Papa say hey no, me sisika wo man yi mu. Ampampa so no ba wanya sika ni bi dia dey. E di arresto omo allowances no. Teacher training allowances say sika ni honti no na ya withdraw no. Papa within the first 3 years now arresto. Teacher for ananka omo ye adwuma 3 years. And Mahama na etu amuka just 3 months no. Papa buy not only no market ya no eye current. But arrears e mu jagu ho nyina. Baba bitua. Osisika wo mamu nti no ye mmofra nyina. Ose mmofra nyina tumi ko secondary school free. Program ananka NDC for office o betumi ye kura just after 20 years plus. Ene be ye no. Adwen kese ekomu no. Within 3 years. Ghana ni abofra bia akọ secondary school.
Anu yamra mu bia.
Planting for food and jobs. And I can say hwese VW4 assembly no oma establish assembly plant to ha. Ya start air cars for ham. Yet only VW Toyota for enam kwan so others including yenya kan tanka. A omu nyina ya boa wo. Tu keka we nyina bom so a.
Na what say your friend say ye ba be bus so ha.
Oh, yes, bus then yes. Frost no must start but yes, omu be bus so ha.
A bus no say Chinese company be from Zef.
Omu ne for
Ghana but omni heavy equipment na omati company
former
Samari any esu na omati company Ghana bus company
yes
omaji asase e wotema this year omo shase na by 2022 no omaji asase so Kumasi just industrial park omo be bus no so ne kese pa na Kumasi nature say oma ashas into omo de bas no mo beye no ebia bagana
yes
omo de mienu kura ma metro mass kwa omo air trade omo de ba ko so ma private sector
yes
na VIP for no so atry na bas no abra omo be ba be hihye no ha say
yes
omo de be serve not only Ghana but West Africa sub region no 2,000 buses per year
say ban de ukriti
anu anu no twa so
na me dem anu si na jade no be be support me they bo bonus so dem channel because in line with this one district one factory programs here aban who created the enabling environment na camper rofo camper dede ka epe baby asumdwo be enabling environment obetumi say because it is a corona ya who created enabling environment man na oba betra ho na hwa
na bus no toilet wom na toilet ni do munyi film because as a team na
o da bi
adu o di toilet ni free bus no
I didn't know see if
na chese
that's how come up there they are humans like us they have buses in there they have toilets in there
omunyi condemn toilet no
na udru kwam na de ya na wa stop driver na wa wura
na see ba betna te pa hefa na be discharge egu
oh modern technology we ya omo adbedi ya we ya na she we ya na she na utiti ya lupre mu na de na hefa na ya discharge udi
edu ye be ba asa be toilet wo mu de yes afi unu ya no
na lupre ya o de nam na no edu mu no ade na so
be de Ghana ba asa toilet wo mu de mu nyina be say ya edu do you accept say Muhammad to be described in such terms as the West in 30-year history of the fourth democratic dispensation?
We have a president who is not two, on your president, on your gracious. What I say? On your too vicious and so fixated for his own self-esteem. Because I mean there is a space reserved for some, use my language, decency, especially when it comes to presidential language. Because despite everything, President Mahama was a president. And in as much as he has every right, I'll be describable as a president in any term he wants. At any given time, he tries to give you and accord you with necessary respect. They need the AB mount. But then Akufo-Addo does not, inject any space for that. He could say at any given time, when you have chance, I'll need the vice president. They should throw shades at the former president and try to run him down. But you see, records, they are there for all of us to see. And now I know say today, and it's yourself na year count. And now I know say this year, say your GDP, say your DAO, we are running into the negatives. That is the facts facing us today. Whether you were at 6 whatever percent last year or whatever, this year you are going to go 0.9%. That is the target. Worse than any point in time in our history. Worst ever. What the better for share COVID? But COVID is so no any mu happen and COVID actually at every country on this planet, but just a few probably, and affected with COVID. Some of them are growing. Other countries, Benin, others, they are growing. You want to be because COVID actually will count into, you should grow negatively and in such an abysmal manner. And then you are sitting here gloating over 0.9% target for 2020. And only our 3.9 now, we see, it was our worst. President Mahama worst. How is 0.9 better than 3.9? In what math? In what English? Will 3.9, that's a 0.9 better than 3.9? For me, the facts do not support what you are saying. It's not the noise you make. This year alone, you need even 40 billion between now and the next election to survive. You've borrowed 138 billion in 3.5 years only. It means you are my muhabebia. I see about Bosnia Dinkwa, the ADAKABRI, you can be the best president on this planet. Because all you need is borrow and eat. Because you don't need any math, you don't need any calculation. But when your papa who knew how to do calculation, who knew the way your chef manage year, you will not spend you won't take all your time to go and borrow money and come and eat. Consume. Stabilization fund, where the heritage fund, and Yamina Ampatama, that to take majority now, Wunyantino, went to be found Sankanka. No, so where every single investment that Ghana has ever saved, and you want to touch. What for 10 billion? Recently, 10 billion Ghana cedis. Your chat no fufro Eddie Abramo. When the area who's 40 billion. Like when the economic management, and anybody can be a president. Anybody. The president Akufo-Addo should not with. Your mama would have done 35 times better with whatever resources we are talking about. We are talking 120 billion. From Kwame Nkrumah era, they see John Mahama at the time he was giving power, 120 billion. And when she want the 138 dada, and I was another 40 billion. And then I want to show 3 SHS, the total budget for 3 SHS is less than 6 billion. Since I must start here, all the amount you have spent on 3 SHS, and do 6 billion. Meanwhile, that over whatever billion, that 100 and something billion I'm talking about, where did the money go? What did it go into? You be saying, I want to be here, 3 SHS. You can't attend 3 SHS. You find healthcare, free SHS. You can't agriculture, free SHS. Everything is free SHS. Meanwhile, as I said, the money for free SHS is not up to 6 billion. Consumption. Anyama kesiye, monwe diane keke magana for 2 weeks. A car, muka kwa fatuwa, after president minister to papa so. And now about 54 million. I call 1 week time, no about say 54, after 12 million. Oh, any I mean, no, there be no. I mean, this is the people who are gloating over but President I don't know what else. Take matters of corruption. He doesn't even raise matters of corruption anymore. Obi Oba will say you are going to write on issues of corruption. He's corruption personified. Everything about him is corrupt. Everything from his head to his toe. We can name them litany. PDS issue you can okay, tell me what me say. You the azan, you the check. Ekwako be bugana for ya kofa checker. Say be yan signing the baby ya ko signing for ye nim. Near the ababa be bugana for electricity company F Ghana for some nipa kakra. President Ben wa assassin and on no be yes animal we no we are no have done say only governance chair one. He's a pure corrupt president. Period. On how he's entered, every aspect of him is fully corrupt. All bow, everything about him. PDS, PPA for Papa issue by Yankan Koshe a yes here. All the issues, name them. On one can't you say when you find a friend is saying, what's that guy's name? This Galamsey guy here, or Koji Ibrahim. Bisu. Is he not still sitting at Flagstaff? Then on my own. Excavators 500. The cherry, the good frying pan, and I your cheer, the same cheer, and a re and a year in this country. Excavators back 500. Please, stop. Aboboya, it to me too. He said, Apetu. That will promo. Look at you talking about the governance. What do you know? Don Mahama. Musaria, Musim Ford. Ford, Ford, Explorer was an expedition. Back we are saying, Ford said $100,000. The whole Ford. Meanwhile, that Ford is sitting in the Flagstaff house as we speak. As we speak, it's sitting there. You shoot up. Where is his crime? Musaria Ford, I know you're saying of Jim right, and I call Geneva with me. The Ford is sitting at the Flagstaff house. So be honest for once and own up. Say, I dare see Papa or Farno or Jim bribe. As if you are used to state in the use. Has he broken any law? I say Bas Branding. Bas Branding, we had a minister take responsibility. Me, but like because of this. And then the money that was lost to the state in Sono was made to the person was made to refund the money. At least there is something to show, say, this is somebody who fought corruption. As we speak, on one minister was the appointee of Jida, Elder Prison, as we are talking right now, or the National Service for Odomuko Ecofesi law was when they were probing into corruption issue. Which one of these has President Akufo-Addo done? Which one? Ni aya said that yeah, you cry your boy no amidi. Yan techi mu die ni yan proud kwase your friend say carpenters here. So he has no moral authority to even bring himself anywhere close to John Mahama. Not at all. He's so filthy and just say the same pedestal. So there's no possibility. There is no possibility.
You would want to
don't fit in the same space.
Withdraw the use of the word filthy. Okay, and yeah, appropriate.
Sorry.
Nah.
I already wrote that. But I'm saying
that say your mama chain president no a DB in terms of infrastructure and in terms of
ADAKABRI. Let's not even go there. Because I say Matissa almost 2 buildings. 2000 and something. We built 2,900 school buildings. 6 classroom blocks, 3 classroom blocks. This is about 2,900 class. And only I'm shares a green book. Almost 1,000 and they are gloating over it. They can't healthcare, they don't even want to. They can't speak. They don't have voices. Because Ghanaians, poverty by it, all of us. Their survival in this country. And your ministers are the Omoyari, and you mean the Pata and hospitals are done, Mama CCA, and they more equipment. And we see me earlier in the year. For that, ADAKABRI. They call that for the equipment that we saw. That taking time to say, yeah, Ben, and I do this machine to buy, but DP machines now in really at the bow best side, you know, and what the addition force, no name, and yeah, you study by the like wheel it, all of that. And I'm not saying like most of them were breaking down. But how since that time, ABC that time I made me for that for the Buhono. That was in January to February. Yeah, in Sessan, Bia, in Yama Mahama equipment, even the MRI machine now of 2015. Ayo Dr. Koboy, which is me and Tiana. Or yet, minister, board chairperson or Polibuno, and or yet, I just said no matter what how machine this is, and not to train for this track apart, and the MRI, no, and that's what they do. But it is a 5-year-old MRI. This government has not resourced Polibu nor any other hospital since 2015. Nor any other hospital with any equipment since 2015. It you know, Opani, and yet 3 SHS. Okay, 170 acre. We are talking about the primary healthcare. Primary healthcare. We are talking about chief compound. We are talking about health care facilities. We are talking about polyclinic. We are talking about district hospital. And only primary healthcare. No. At that level, from these 4 levels, you know, free. That is what he's talking about. Imagine say no pay ubeti say presidency or command students loan at their like needy students more loan. And I was asking myself, where has this man been? What occur him? ADAKABRI, go for school, one this student loan. Leave this out. When you were in university, one this student loan. Even your time.
I don't unfortunately remember I'm going to invest.
But your peers, even your peers at that time, they were taking students' loans. President Nekufu that had to say the real fee. That already there's an existing law that grants students' loans to students. Now, no, and after all, who say all these students' loans, this man does not know what time it is. He has lost it. Or the baby is in slumber complete. He does not know what time it is. That's true speech. And you're back. Have a read it and you know that's it. Because me, I don't see what is governing. I mean, who is structure of governance at all? You can't tell. And look at the security of this country. Okay? Corruption was about meeting. At what point in time do you think, say, appropriate? So, Auditor General. Especially in the heat of a scandal involving your senior minister. If you are a good person and a chaste person, you'll be our year correct. You better not part of finance massive. They'll say we'll be clear the dust from the matter. Now you don't sack the person and go and lock his door behind him and then walk him off. And then we are about the castle, you know governance better than you. This is the record of the people. You know, we should not even dare. Oba, you didn't even see any one by one. You never know issues by issues. As for the planting for food and job, you know it's a stolen product. You know that for a fact. The very money that started that project. You know where it started from. ADAKABRI, I'm sure you are abreast with that fact. It is not your project. You came and met it, you changed the name, Christian did something else, and you came to use it. It is not even an innovative product from you. Please, the facts are there. Some of us, we have institutional memory. You can't come and just talk and go. We will take you on. President Akufo-Addo, come again. We are ready for you anytime. You can never be put on one pedestal. Issue by issue. It's not possible. You will fall flat.
Obi, say na adversary osie.
You see, anyone man this way, you know, you know, I'm here, obey a personal. So, they are both. What's it?
Are they a common?
No. Your cake, I said they usually in this before. The uncle who did the year beer. Every time I say, a bar, you see, or see, your mawa quenjan. It's your home and contaboo na brabibu. It is this issue of say, or you're corrupt, or you're this, or this. Look at your dears are reciting the example of even Charles Bishop. A free anchor. But they no call Brazil. No more to Kube, Ghana for Sika. To Kube back home, $50 was $100. That's why a man for free her. And no cost of them come no Benkuni Adiadino. As I was the first sentence. First sentence going to interest you. My pen my pen the paper. Oh, now, so when I met you. Oh, for equity, you come with clean hands. And I'm saying that your hands are as dirty as that. So, mobile and more free anchor buy no cotton commission, even if be a year. When I present mamma say, Mo aquapan quaffo. A bocronuma meniaso. Intia feed the bra, but now my in fear ham, Miss Enifaso, not the call office of the president. No crown, I know. So where's your moral to come and sit here and talk about Charles Bishop? Again, this Ford bribe here will shout on top of the roof. Diplomacy, governance, in style. Before time, Gaddafi beche BMW. Did he take a journalist being or an investigation? Man, he born the idea sana. About out to say Libya for Abeche Ghana President BMW. No. It was received in the open. Before the media, ni bibia handing over, ni bibia US, I was a presidential pool, in the co, bibia call na council. That is a clean and working. Wo records ni chese o mahama o tia na akwa ba ye onye dwuma nye do bi se o ukoko hu mahama o benya dwuma ni bia ye ampapa o be hu wa na onye dwuma bi ye e na individual auto Ford e de be chel obia ante ho asem bia ema o ma na dwuma no wie no o sai ekọbọ akutia ekwan ya obebe yi of water region ho ba bi also no uko gina wakache Ghana for contractors say it is the best road ever it be yanka Ghanaian contractors kra no emra medina no mmehwe no musua dwuma sana ni nyina is because all praises ya na who heap upon this man ya because na sana afford bi afase meanwhile kwan na obeyi na ye ibonsam na enu 3 4 5 months na sati tutu under the same Mohammed administration. Na kwani tutu. Eteki journalists be quiet investigations course through her ma akwani friends kana zero say why oje ne recorders nya dey cry destroy nya dey na dey ne overboard. Why did that man get angry? The journalists be about news. Afi ebe ye yiniti no nim guase ba ho no. Eh kan na ne yankofa mrai. Yankofa kan ni bi ye family misia kan cry ni. You speaking as if that is the norm there. Eka nkwara na ewewi abanchi onkura ase no. Ye no an say ye ga say oh banchina muse me wia no kra ne banchina ni enti me eche say once me de banchina bandit is me wi ade bia. Is that the norm? Uchi kromfo bia no se wa ade no kra ne scanner me pick your pocket. Ade no kra me nyan spend enti ni scanner ni enti ni na che say onye kromfo. The new norm by NDC measurements. I don't say ye kono. Again, and then the ferry say or say or call Kulebuno, equipping be on a toy no. Within said or no 5 years. A bubua pansan. Ubisa quality of equipment na motoy no. How long can us can last? How long can us can last? So, when Miss Ahon, who could toss inferior at a higher cost, who could inflate prices. Now, most I be travel home and turn you out to send him out to the one of store to be on your binto. Oh, yeah, me call hospital way, and you may have my because, hey, we just send an adwa da Roma, infectious disease center, and yan an adwa da Roma. Oh, be able to some of these examples aside. Again, because we tell them, say, because they don't read. President Akufo-Addo say, look, yes, Obianim said there's a student's loan. University campuses ne kukubisa omo. What I said that is enough for them. What I said that is able to cater for. Omo ebi aminu biasa ne baby any school at this stage is here. But me sure say tama no ye mpu say mpu na ne ba eni ho kra na in spite of the students loan trust for ho no. Na university students bi e ba ne ho e bepe emwa. Na do say considering some Korea me do ma fa free SHS mu irrespective of almost financial background. You don't know any nim say per the records almost at least by 500,000 bi there. Keska obno secondary school an komu nya bi. Eti now that ya tumi so masne na ye move omo go through secondary education every year omo be ko tertiary institution. Or see your funny means bi no mutumi enjoy free tertiary education so. That is even if say or see a copper business bi na ya de be year. That is the difference. That is the difference.
Final comment.
My final comment ni say clear about governance, about personal integrity. Aba Ghana ha. Why the between the Mahama as president? Integrity issues. Between that to another deal. The only way between between when it comes to corruption, I read the Obianim so a corrupt chain and I tell you the Obiari name pre. And the title of Yama on in Crawford. So na basa nyoma pontu a yake o kan o si free SHS. Bible cry for lack of knowledge my people perish. E ka omunko a kan kora no veranda so na issue in line of their policy of creating veranda boys and girls. No mu issue omo do omo san flag, omo issue omo do omo koso mayhem e wo memu. You see yen koso nkonisa. Other countries now are making no, now making no because of education. It yes so we tread that same path. Nyame nkora na nya education. Ye ka planning for food and jobs yi. Ya fe jam say obi akwa de more NDC policy idea. Moko fa him. To think outside the box pa. So NDC bit make say policy and program we dey any an think outside the box near the buy. It's our baby idea. Omunibi. Planting for food and job because so look at the number of jobs I created man for. Health sector, say they no working. Common ambulance. Monko krebi mra. Monko for 207 na yede so aboard yede banche na begu o mem. Na mo gi o man sika di as usual free. You know ka say na Akufo-Addo am over 300 ambulances.
Final comment.
Not to talk of health workers ya fa. So see ka say ye call sector by sector. Sector by sector. On a been says we are no match.
Minister, you are one for one go ambulance.
Yan former room some 207 banking banking no. Nya no bi musu no mutena ko.
I do final comment.
Nya no bi no mutena ko e.
Then we are young for sure ambulance.
But who told you say I mean you behave as if the only university Ghana the only hospital Ghana UGMS. Is that the only I mean as if say of course because that's all they have. That's all they have. Yes, it tells you how mediocrity now you can't have them. If you don't know, you can't have care. We say one hospital. We say, and no crano, go check the records. The one that facility. I do find out. I'm the hospital.
ADAKABRI, me see. Tama, you have for isolation center. Now, ambulance is go. I don't know. I answer someone go ambulance.
Yang former movie baro mu na koye. That's the point I'm making. We baro some go krabaye no. Enye bi mu na edo mu gudu koye.
And I'm going to drones. I don't know one good drones. Even drones. You see, there are priorities in this country. President Muhammad Travel said, our vision. A friend saying, I'll go the center, disease center. And you're going to see. You know, why?
If that is the way you want us to go, be fair with yourself. Muna musi government na facility be see University of Ghana itself.
University of Ghana na oye
e bi ni dia wo so okay. Dia wo okay say we na ye see here no. Private sector. So ya private sector.
Hospitals say CC ho be prepare.
What ya GPH for hospital kra mo se muna musi here. Anyway.
30 seconds do me into you.
Oni
ADAKABRI President Kwado say we should take young issues and then they share. So, like, issue based, young funding projects, then we are accepting that challenge for you. For our project, we should line them up. I know, of course, no, Kakre of the then I'll buy a car, launch of more than 200.
Even for 200.
Yes, go and check.
It's moment mo ye me fa ni pasai mo dia no fa ni pasai confirm na mo discount ko shey na fa ni pasai
enya car na please
confirm no fa ni pasai
enya car na
commander sugar factory fa ni pasai
na efufu ye
okay
eye aduma e de beba e kro no mu no ni
all right
is coming with a financing scheme and the union man came to new cars no omunyina betumi ato cars using the mortgage
not match to
okay mortgage
yamfa aseda fama owura edu isare of the NDC ticket or a former member of parliament for Dentang and yamfa aseda so fama owura Kofiaye also a former member of parliament for Upper Dintra West, representing the ticket of NPP. Me teach me dina ya de bremo. Na me di ho chiame ADAKABRI Mamudu na ya de frame. Na panyu ko joda me ado na dim si abonte ma jere bona chidom. Frame abankro ya beba panyi na hwe social media handles. But for now the efie ne nyina ye ko fie so de na Olakoku Michael odi ebe ko fie. Na Jody Gibbon chidom toxic boni chidom or the nyum de kasade enkuranhye ensem polo ukofie no kusineti ola na de ekoso social media circles entertainment circles nyina abete na nkonkonsan kanka klaso so nyina abete Olakoku or de ebe kofie na de ebe kodwo